Check, check. Check, 1, 2, check. Check, 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 check.
Testing. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
God dang it, guys.
They're in the wrong ones. There you go.
Check.
Now you can hear
Test
me.
1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Check. 1, 2, check. I might have just been. Check. 1, 2, check. Should be good. You're bouncing here, so. Check. 1, 2, check.
Referee will be Danny Cox, umpire will be Corey Allen, umpire will be Kevin Conwell, line judge will be Jared Bullock, and black judge will be Austin Aldridge.
Check. 1, 2.
Get it right on your mouth.
Check. 1, 2.
Number 1, Cannon Harlow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dragon Stadium, where we're getting ready for a big MAFC White Division showdown here between the 3-1 Park Hills Central Rebels and your home team, St. Genevieve Dragons, also coming in with a record of 3-1. St. Genevieve so far this year lost opening week against a really good Festus team. Have responded well with 3 consecutive wins. Park Hills Central came out 3-0 to start the season. Last week lost to Cape Central, a really good Cape Central team. But probably more importantly for them, lost their starting quarterback. So tonight, Kason Murphy, the All-State quarterback for Park Hills, is out. And Joe Bryant, their All-State wide receiver, will be taking the snap. So they've replaced their All-State quarterback with an All-State receiver. He's a very explosive, dynamic player, and he's going to be enemy number 1 for this Dragon defense tonight, as their game plan revolves around keeping him in the pocket and making him a pocket passer, trying not to let him run. Real quickly, running down the starting lineups on offense, we have Tucker Reed and Wyatt Springcamper at receiver, Aiden Meyer, receiver. We got Ethan Ottens playing at inside receiver tonight. Quarterback Nick Serrano off to a really good start in his sophomore season. Jack Farlow, really nice numbers, over 600 yards on the season already in 4 weeks. It's been a touchdown machine for them. He'll be doing the tailback duties tonight. And then on the offensive line, Very important to try to control the ball and control the line of scrimmage tonight and keep the ball out of the hands of Park Hills offense. We have Nathan Johnson, Wyatt Kemper, Dalton McBride, Jacob Schweigert, and Jacob Warren at center. On defense for the Dragons, we have Mason Nix is going to be playing at corner, his original position. He's moving back to the defensive backfield tonight. Wyatt Springcamper is going to be playing at a linebacker position, and he is got the job of trying to spy Joe Bryant tonight. Aiden Meyer will be a cornerback. Brian Schwinn, safety. Isaiah Balzer, the other safety. Justin Schwinn, a middle linebacker. Paul Taylor, defensive end. Nathan Johnson, defensive tackle. Dalton McBride, defensive end. And Jacob Schweiger, the other defensive tackle. And we are set, ready to go to bring you the action tonight. Play-by-play here from Mr. Alex Balzer.
We got number 3, Brandon Berry will kick it off for the Rebels. The kick is deep. It will go to number 6, Wyatt Springcamper. He'll take it at the 12-yard line. He'll run, cut to his right. Gets a little loose, breaks a tackle, and he'll be out at the 39-yard line. Great return. He starts with Wyatt Springcamper, and the Dragons offense will come on for their first drive of the night.
Interesting decision there by Park Hills. They kicked it short. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but right to Wyatt Springcamper, one of the guys that you would think they'd try to keep the ball out of his hands. And good return there by Wyatt up to the 38.
We got the Dragons trying to take in the play here from the coaching staff. Looks like we got Luke Ferrano with Jack Farlow back there in the backfield here on the first down play. And it'll be a run for Luke Ferranto, and he will get about 3 or 4 yards on the first down run, and they'll set up a second down.
Promising play there for St. John. They did a little shuffle motion there with Wyatt Springcamper, did a double lead with Wyatt and Jack Farlow leading up through the hole. Good push there by the offensive line. Couple good blocks by those two guys leading the way. Good first down gain. Stay in front of the sticks. That's the goal. Move the chains. And try to keep the ball out of the hands of Park Hills offense.
Looks like Luke Ferranto will be on an empty backfield here. He's got 1 to his left, 4 to his right. Springcamper will motion over. They'll hand it off to him. He's going to try to get to the outside. He will, and he'll be taken out of bounds after a gain of about 15 yards. Great play from the
Again, good job by the offensive line. The left side over there, Schweigert really sealed that end off. And Wyatt Springcamper, very deceptive speeds. He takes such long strides. It doesn't look like he's putting a whole lot of effort into it when he runs, but man, he is fast. And he's able to get to that edge. And once he turns that corner, he's really dangerous.
He'll be a 1st and 10 at the Rebels 45. Jack Farr will motion to his right. Luke will fake, and he finds the hole, and he'll get a promising 5 yards in the first down run.
Nice counter play there. Big guy getting out that guard position, kicking out that defensive end, opened up a really nice hole there for Luke. Luke's shown that he can be a really good, really strong, tough runner for St. John early in the season, and he's getting more and more confident as the year goes on.
Looks like maybe a little trickery play here. Luke Ferrano will come off. Justin Schweigert on. Looks like Jack Farlow will be at quarterback here for this play on the 2nd down and 5. Jack will take the snap. He'll run to his left and try to get outside. He'll cut it outside, and he'll get tripped up. Looks like he will maybe enough for a first down. Looks like it will be enough for a first down.
Just ran out of real estate there. It looked, if he had just a couple more yards on that sideline, he looked like he was going to get the edge. But another good game. St. John's offensive line doing a great job here to start this game. Jack's shown early in the season that he's capable of taking those snaps from center and doing a good job with those outside run fakes and taking the ball himself.
Looks like Wyatt Springcamper in motion behind. He'll take the handoff, go inside, and he'll get broken tackles. Wyatt Springcamper will take it for about 15 yards, all the way to the 20-yard line. Broke a couple tackles there and was able to get the first down and more.
I tell you what, St. John is just piercing the interior of that offensive line right now, or the defensive line right now. They are doing an excellent job getting those lead blockers up in there. And the offensive line is getting them 2 or 3 yards off the field, giving those lead blockers room to find their man. And the running backs are doing a good job reading those blocks.
Looks like it'll be Luke Ferrano with Jack Farlow in the backfield with him. Wyatt Springcamper will motion behind him. There'll be a fake to him. Luke will run it, and he'll get a nice 5 yards or so to set up 2nd and 5.
Another big hole, and you love to see St. John really rally into the ball there. You hear that on defense a lot, but there on offense, you know, Luke was running. He was held up by a couple defenders, and then he got about 3 or 4 St. John players pushing him from behind, got an extra 3 or 4 yards.
Be a 2nd and 5 at the Central 15 here. A nice long drive from the Dragons here to start this game. Luke Ferrano will take the snap. It's a high snap. He'll run it, and he'll get dragged down. A loss of about 2 yards on a high snap from Jacob Horn in the center. And he'll set up a 3rd down and medium for the Dragons.
Yeah, those are the kind of mistakes we haven't seen in the last few weeks from St. John's offense. Really plagued them in the second half against Festus. Just little things like that. Just threw off the timing of the play. And now go from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 8. And that's a big difference. That makes a huge difference in the play call. And here on the 18-yard line, just at the fringe of field goal position.
The Luke Ferrano pass is caught by number 8, Aiden Meyer, for the touchdown. A great pass from Luke to Aiden Meyer. He's able to stick 1 foot in and get the touchdown. What a catch and throw from Luke to Aiden Meyer on the outside.
Yeah, a little fade route. They had him double covered over there. Just a perfect throw by Luke, and Aiden did a great job of high pointing that ball. Joe Bryant over there looking like he was going to jump up and go for that interception, and Aiden just too tall. And a great start by the Dragon offense as Branch Went goes for the PAT.
It's up, and it is good right down the middle. And the Dragons take a 7-0 lead. Great opening drive from the Dragons. Rebels will try to respond here with their first drive.
Yeah, we've seen some really good things from St. John over the last 3 weeks, and you know, it's hard to tell if that improvement is a product of the work you're putting in at practice or the product of, you know, a weaker schedule that we've seen. But I think you saw in that first drive that they've come a long way since that week 1 second half performance against Festus, and they came out here tonight and they are ready to play. This is a big game in terms of district standings because right now we're the number 2 seed. If we lose this game, probably fall to 3 or possibly even 4. But if we win this game, you know, and we end up 1 and 2 with Park Hills at the end of the season, regardless of what happens the rest of the way out, we would get that top seed because of the district point tiebreaker standing. So
Brian Schwinn will kick it off. It's a short kick. Caught, and it'll be kneed by number 31 for the Rebels. That will be Brandon Davis. First down for the Rebels at their own 33-yard line. Here, their first drive of the game. Nice long drive from Dragons, but the Rebels trying to respond here.
Looks like Aiden White is in there. They were worried that he was not going to be able to play today, but he's going to play, it looks like, and that's a big deal for this defensive front because he's had a really good start to his senior season.
Joe Bryant in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He'll look to pass. Looking to escape. He hands it off to Cannon Harlow, number 1, and it's caught, and he just gets down. Didn't have an assault. That'll be a loss of about 5 or 6. Weird play there from the Rebels.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be an emphasis all night long on containing Joe Bryant at the quarterback position. And these defensive ends and these interior linemen have been told that when they rush, they need to keep lane integrity and they need to keep him from getting outside and sneaking through gaps and getting loose into the secondary. So they're going to try to make him beat him with his arm here.
Be 2nd and 15. Joe will motion over number 7, Caden Casey. They'll hand it to him. He'll get to the outside. Nice downfield blocking from the Dragons. Caden Casey will get it. Looks like about 15 yards, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Does a really good job over there by the left side of the Park Hills line. Really caved that in. Aiden White over there at defensive end, and our outside linebacker, I think, was Mason Nix there. Both of those guys got sort of pinned in on the inside. And not going to be able to do that tonight. There's just too much space, and they're too good athletes.
Looks like it wasn't enough for a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Looks like they'll take the snap, hand it off to Job in the backfield, and he'll get enough for a first down. Gets 1, but enough for a first down. That's all the Rebels needed there. They'll get a new set of downs here.
Interesting there. They took Bryant out of the quarterback position and put him at the end of that stack I formation. Just goes to show they're going to do everything they can to get him the ball on every important snap here tonight.
Joe Bryant, empty backfield for him. He'll motion over Caden Casey. He'll be a fake to Caden Casey.
Good job, Paul Taylor.
Good job by Paul Taylor to get the sack on, to get a, looks like back to the line of scrimmage for Joe Bryant.
That was a great play there by Paul. He really kept outside integrity. He forced him to cut inside, and then he was able to follow.
Looks like a flag on the Rebels, holding call. Looks like it'll be sending them back 10 yards on the first down play. Now it'll be 1st and 20 for them at the 33-yard line. Oh, 36 or so. 1st and 17 for the Rebels.
Remains first down for the Rebels.
Joe Bryant, empty backfield for him. He'll take the snap. He'll go right up the middle. Joe Bryant lost the ball. The ball is out, but it looks like it'll be recovered by the Rebels. A gain, that means, for the Rebels. Joe Bryant lost the ball on the carry. They were able to get a good 4 yards out of that still, even with the fumble.
Interesting, you see Wyatt Springcamper is lined up right in the middle of the field. Looks like a middle linebacker position, but his eyes are fixed on number 11 the entire time, whether he's lined up as a running back or quarterback. And he has one job tonight, and that's to disrupt Joe Bryant and sort of match athlete for athlete here.
49 will take the snap. He'll go to the outside with Joe Bryant. Joe Bryant gets the outside. He'll get to about the 45 of the Dragons, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Rebels.
And that time they took advantage of Wyatt lined up on the inside there. Lined Joe Bryant up at the F position, flanked Jackson Jones, who took the snap, got it to him out in the flat, and Wyatt kind of got caught up in the wash there. That's a tough play for a middle linebacker. If you're back a little further, you can kind of make that cover, but when you're lined up, even with those linebackers, there's a lot of bodies to get through.
Looks like it won't be enough for a first down. Rebels will have another 3rd and 1 yardage for him. Looks like Jackson Jones will take the snap, hand off to Joe Bryant. He gets stuffed right at the line. And it'll be a loss of 1. And it'll be 4th down. I assume the Rebels will probably go for it on 4th and 2.
Great penetration that time by the defensive line. Jacob Schweiger did a really good job of nose tackle. He's going to take up 2 blockers in there. He's that good. And that leads to the ends. Paul Taylor and Aiden White kind of manned up one-on-one. And that time Paul Taylor caved his guy in, made the play.
4th and 3 for the Rebels at the St. Genevieve 49. 3 yards to get here. Joe Bryant back. Jackson Jones. Job will take the snap, and he gets stuffed. Not enough for a first down. The Dragons will take over.
Huge defensive play there. A team effort effort right there. No bounce out available for Joe Bryant. Made him go inside, and there was about 3 or 4 guys there ready to bring him down, and that is a huge play right there for the psyche of this St. John team. They've heard nothing all week about except for the fact that Joe Bryant's one of the greatest players that's come through this area, and how good he is and how talented he is, and had 600 total yards last week and all that stuff, and they proved that they come here to play here tonight.
Looks like Luke Ferrano will be back with Jack Farlow here. White Springcamper will motion behind Luke Ferrano. He'll take the snap. Joe Bryant right there. Oh, he breaks a bunch of tackles. Wyatt Springcamper keeps on his feet. There is a flag back at about the 50-yard line. Holding by the offense. That will come back.
Boy, that was an impressive run, though. I think Wyatt's got a little chip on his shoulder here tonight. Doesn't it look like that?
Very. About 3 broken tackles on a play where there was a holding call, though. He'll send the Dragons back to the, as the ref makes the spot, be the 38-yard line. That would be at their own 38-yard line.
You know, coming into this game, you wondered about the mindset of Central after losing their quarterback. You know, what they would think and how they'd respond to that, and they look a little shell-shocked right now.
1st and 20 for the Dragons, though. Luke Ferrano and Jack Farlow will be in the backfield. Luke's got 3 to his left, none to his right. Jack will motion to his right. Luke will try to find the hole, and he will get about solid 3 yards.
Nice patient run there by Luke. Looked like he was going to go outside. They had good leverage out there, and he kind of waited for the blocks to develop, cut inside, got some positive yards out of that.
Be 2nd and 17 at their own 41.
Really impressed with the play of the offensive line so far. They've done a really good job of making sure to eliminate defensive penetration, and that's definitely going to be a key tonight.
Looks like Luke will have 3 to his left. Jack's also to his right. Oops, sorry, the right. Jack will motion to his right. Luke will drop back to pass. Looking for Tucker Reed. Tucker Reed will get enough for the first down. Lowers the shoulder. Enough for a first down. Now at the Central 39. Tucker Reed, his first catch of the night.
Good job by Luke. Had Jack shallow in the flat, and at the last minute decided to go to that second tier and hit Tucker Reed. Tucker Reed was also pretty open, and Tucker, good job turning and getting the field, lowering his head and getting some yards after catch.
Looks like it'll be another trick play. Luke Ferranto, the quarterback, will come out. Jack Farlow will be in the backfield. Looks like he's got 4 to his right and 1 to his left. An empty backfield. Springcamper will motion in front of him. Jack will take the run and get about 1 yard on the run.
Wyatt's got to be careful here on those motion plays. That's the second time he was really close to being going forward at the snap of the ball.
Looks like Luke will come on. Wyatt Springcamper will sub out, so will Justin Schweigert.
Yeah, with the defensive scheme they're trying to run here tonight, they're going to have to keep Wyatt Springcamper fresh, and he's going to have to take his breaks on offense tonight, which is different from what he's done the rest of from the season leading up to this point. So St. John's going to have to find ways to move the ball sometimes without Wyatt Springcamper in the game.
Luke Ferranto with Jack Farlow back. Luke will drop back, run to his right, pass short of Tucker Reed. It'll be incomplete, and it'll set up a 3rd and 10 for the Dragons. Here in the first quarter with 2:46 left, the Dragons lead 7-0 over the Rebels.
We talked about one of the keys coming into the game was controlling the game clock and trying to keep Central's offense off the field. So far in this first quarter, Central's had the ball for about 3 minutes, and St. John's just doing a really good job of moving the football little by little, not getting huge plays, but they're getting big enough chunks to where they're able to move the chains consistently, and that's what the game plan was coming in.
Luke Ferranto with Jack Farlow. He'll motion out to his right. Luke will drop back, looking for a lane to run and get just stuffed up at the line of scrimmage. Looks like number 34 Alex Ekemeyer for the Rebels will make the tackle, and it'll be a fourth and 11 at their own 40-yard line.
Definitely seeing a little shift in defensive strategy right now as Park Hill's bringing that extra guy up in the box, making it harder for St. John to run the ball. We're going to see a lot more man coverage, it looks like, for the remainder of this game.
Looks like it'll be a fourth and 11. Wonder what the Dragons will do. They got 3 to their right, 4 to their right, 1 to the left. I expect a punt, but maybe not. Luke will drop back. He fires long for Aiden Meyer, and it is going to be incomplete. No flag on the play. Great defense by number 3, Braden Berry, on the coverage. It was a one-on-one, a little underthrown. Meyer could have had a chance to catch it, though. Had to go on his knees, it looked like, catch it. And it'll be incomplete, and the Rebels will take over at their own 40-yard line.
But that play right there is indicative of what I think we're going to see here with Park Hills making that adjustment and going to man-to-man coverage. Those guys on the outside are going to have their opportunities to make plays. And Luke's got to get that ball up a little higher and give Aiden a chance to go up and get it.
Looks like Joe Bryan will be in an empty backfield here on the first down play. Caden Casey will motion over. He'll be a handoff to Caden Casey. He'll cut upfield, cut to his outside. Gets 1 yard and gets stuffed up by number 20, Isaiah Bosler, and number 4, Tucker Reed there on the tackle.
It was a good containment play there by Aiden White. Didn't do a lot, it wasn't flashy, but he kept him from being able to turn up the sideline and get yards, and just kept forcing him further and further outside and waited for that help to come.
Looks like number 49, Jackson Jones, will now take the snap with Job to his left on the far outside receiver. Looks like it'll be a timeout for St. Genevieve, I believe.
Timeout. St. Genevieve.
So with a minute and a half left, big second down and 10 coming up. You know, ideally for St. Gen, you want to keep this touchdown lead going into the start of the second quarter from a psyche standpoint. I think the kids, I think it's obvious that they think they can play with them at this point, but you know, you always want to see that bigger number on your end of the scoreboard, and hopefully with a chance to have the offense on the field to start the second quarter.
With 1:26 remaining in the first quarter, it'll be a 2nd and 9 for the Rebels at their own 41. Dragons had a first drive touchdown. Great play by them. Waste some time. And they have a good, nice one-possession lead here at the end of the first, but Rebels looking to answer back and tie this game up. Looks like Jackson Jones will be at quarterback still. Joe Bryant to his left, 3 to his right. Joe by himself on the left there. Mason Nix on him. Joe will motion over. Jones, high snap, hand it to Joe Bryant. He'll cut inside, break a couple tackles, and get about 4 yards on the second down run.
You know, it's a good job containing him. It just shows you how shifty he is. That was a play where, you know, normally the guy would be tackled 2-3 yards in the backfield, and he still got a 5-yard gain on that play. Big third down coming up here.
Be 3rd down and 5 at their own 45 with a 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Looks like Jackson Jones will be at quarterback again. A weird formation here for the Rebels on a 3rd down and 5 play. Jackson Jones will take the snap, fakes it, and just gets rocked by the St. Genevieve D-line. Number 68, Jacob Schweiger, blew it up right away.
A little 4-receiver bunch set over here with the tight end, and they tried to run a little jet sweep motion slide trap out of that. I don't know that I've ever seen a slide trap out of that formation, but they pulled that guard and tried to deceive Jacob Schweiger, who was having none of it there.
Looks like the punt unit will come on for the Rebels here on 4th and 7 at their own 43. Wyatt Springcamper back for the Rebels. Braden Berry, number 3, will be the kicker for the Rebels. He'll take the snap, kick it high.
It's a good kid.
Wyatt Springcamper will take it. Cuts to his left. Gonna get on the outside. There is a flag though. Springcamper will go out to 50. Looks like maybe a legal block in the back.
Real good block there by Isaiah Balsler to spring him to start with, and then Tucker Reed just came up, and not a smart play there by Tucker. See the numbers in the back, you can't block it, and that's exactly what Tucker tried to do there.
Looks like that will be the end of the first quarter. The Dragons up 7-0 over the Central Rebels here at the end of the first quarter.
It was a pretty fast quarter of play. Lots of clock control by St. John, and frankly, Park Hills didn't run very many plays, so makes for a pretty quick first quarter of action.
It will be the Dragons' ball, though, coming out here to start the second quarter.
They called 2 penalties on that. I didn't see the flag in the middle of the field. One was on Park Hills, one's on St. John. So we'll see if St. John wants to make them kick or if they'll take the ball at the spot of the return.
It looks like they'll take the ball at the spot. I think it'll be around the 50-yard line.
I have no idea what's happening here.
St. Genevieve's on offense.
I don't think so. I think Central's going to re-kick here.
Maybe. I don't know if the players know what's going on either. Aiden Meyer is throwing his hands up, has no idea what's going on. I think they will re-kick it, though.
Yeah, both the flags, it looks like, were thrown during the return, so I think St. John then has the option to either take it at the spot of the catch or they can force Central to re-kick. And Central's got their defensive personnel on the field. St. John's got their offensive personnel on the field. And the refs are back near where the original line of scrimmage would be after the field flipped.
Refs discussing.
I guess if you're going to have a 5-minute conference between first and second quarter would be a good time for that.
Very much so. Still don't know what's going on.
Looks like they're going to give St. John the ball where the catch was made by Wyatt, which would have been about the 26-yard line, I believe.
So
that's why they throw the beanies.
They'll just, where he caught the ball, that's where they will take it. They will not count the return, but they will count where he caught the ball, and it will be the Dragons' ball.
And they won't get penalized the yardage for Tucker's block in the back.
It'll be St. Genevieve's ball at about the, I think, 25-yard line.
Been told there's a little bit of a delay in the audio, or the audio is a little ahead of the video, so we tried to change that a little bit, and you guys can let us know if you hear a difference.
Dragons will take out the 25-yard line. Luke, empty backfield. He'll motion over Jack Farlow. They will fake it to Jack Farlow. Luke Ferranco, he's got a big hole. He'll get a broken tackle. Great block by Tucker Reed. And he'll get out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
Didn't take long for Tucker Reed. He made a great block, drove his guy about 2 yards off the field, and then pancaked. Great move in the backfield by Luke Ferrano. He's a lot faster than people realize, I think. When he gets out in the open field, he's a pretty dangerous runner.
Looks like the St. Genevieve ball at the 47-yard line.
Luke reminds me a lot of a young Logan Gag, for those of you that have followed Dragon football for a while. Quarterback graduated in 2020.
The handoff will go to White Springcamper. He'll find a hole. He'll get about 8 yards. Little handoff. Will now be in Central Territory at the 47.
Again, really good job down blocks over there by the left side of the offensive line, and just getting a lot of push. These Central defensive linemen are kind of on skates, getting driven back off the ball.
Looks like Luke Ferranto will be in an empty backfield, from what I recall. He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Jack Farlow will motion over. They will fake it. Luke Ferranto will run.
Good cut.
He'll get first down yardage and the 40-yard line. He goes.
And there was an opening. It's hard to see those holes inside like that. A lot of times, high school players to the outside. That time, he put his outside foot in the ground and cut back in. And got a good gain there on second down.
Be first and 10 for the Dragons at the 40-yard line with 10:48 left in the second quarter. Dragons lead 7-0. Luke, 2 to his left. Jack Farlow will motion over. It will be another fake to him. Luke will try to get the outside, cuts back, and gets clobbered.
Yeah, that play was going nowhere. There was nothing there. Quick pressure there on Luke. That was supposed to be a play-action pass, and by the time he faked the handoff and tried to get in throwing position, he already had 2 guys on him. So again, we talked about it at the end of last possession. You know, Central is they're bringing a lot of pressure. They have changed their plan from what we saw on that initial drive, and they're trying to get to Luke quick. Get to the backfield quick, and they're going man coverage on the outside. Here we see some zone on this play.
Luke will pass it to Jack Farlow. He'll run, and he'll get just short of the first down. Or maybe just enough. That'll be enough for a first down. Good yardage from Jack Farlow. Little screen, maybe. He'll get 11, and enough for a first down. We'll be at the 30-yard line of Central. Here is Luke Ferranto will sub off. Justin Schweigert will come on for the Dragons. Looks like Mason Nix, number 5, is also in. Weird set they got going here. Jack and Schweigert will be in the backfield. Jack will take the snap, run to his right, and get pulled down by number 49, Jackson Jones, the linebacker. Great play by him for a loss of yardage.
Yeah, Jones was coming with the blitz there and was trying to shoot that gap between Johnson and the tackle, and he got outside of Nathan and then was able to cut inside, and Jack had no chance on that play.
The 2nd and 16 at their own at the Central 36. Ferranto's got 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Jack Fuller on the backfield. Luke will pass back. Looks like he'll go short for Tucker Reed, and a nice catch. By number 4, Tucker Reed, he'll be short of about 3 yards, but he'll set up a short 3rd and 3.
That's a big play. Good job by Luke Ferranto. Got the ball out. His stuff was coming out of his cut. Tucker goes down to the ground to make the catch. Secure it from hitting the ground, and brings up a 3rd and very manageable from a 2nd and really long.
3rd and 4 at the Central 24. Big play for the Dragons and the Rebels. The Rebels are able to get a stop. They can force 3 or a 4th down play. 3rd and 4. Luke Ferranto will hand it off to White Springcamper. He'll cut back and get, I think, enough, but he might be short.
He's got just enough.
Just enough.
Just enough for that first down, whether it's on 2nd or 3rd down, and they keep that clock churning. To grind this clock down and keep the ball out of the hands of number 11. And that formula has worked well up to this point in the game.
Looks like Luke will have Jack in the backfield. He'll take the snap. Looks like he'll run to his left. Good block from Jack. Luke will get to the outside and get about 5 yards. Good gain.
Central is bringing the kitchen sink right now. They are bringing the and contain that run game. It was one of those deals where it looked like he was going to get tackled for about 5 yards, but you also knew that if he could get to the edge, you'd have some positive room to run. So going to have to find ways to get to the perimeter because they're bringing those middle linebackers on almost every play. Makes you wonder if they're going to take a shot here to the outside. Again, we got Aiden Meyer manned up over here on the right side. No help over the top. It worked once today. We'll see if it can work again.
Looks like they'll forward to their left. Aiden Meyer to their right. There'll be a screen for Wyatt Springcamper. And he'll get enough for a first down and a broken tackle. Wyatt Springcamper broke about 3 or 4 different tackles and is able to get the touchdown for the Dragons. That'll set up a 2-possession lead for the Dragons here in the second quarter.
Wyatt is a great athlete, and you know, it's just been one of those things this week. All you've heard, Joe Bryant, Joe Bryant, Joe Bryant, and he came out here with something to prove tonight, and so far he's doing a pretty darn good job of proving it.
Looks like Brian Schwent will be on with the kick. Mason Nix will hold. The kick is up and good. There'll be a 14-0 lead for the Dragons with 7:47 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, we talked about this game, you know, leading up to this broadcast, and we were hoping and we were pretty confident that it was going to be a really good game, but I don't think either of us would have predicted the domination that we've seen at the line of scrimmage here tonight. It's been really impressive. It's been a long time since we've seen a St. John performance against a team like this, and a performance like this, and it's been years. So this has been very encouraging, but we still have a long, long way to go in this game, as we got about 7 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Central's going to need a big drive here. Brian Schwent will kick off. Remember, Central does get the ball to start the second half. That could be big for them later down the road. Barry and Job Bryant back to kick. He'll be a little short kick to number 31. He'll take it, and he'll run, and he'll get to about midfield. That is Barrett Hansen.
Yeah, Central has not played from behind this year, really. They were behind one possession in that Cape Central game for a little while, but that game was pretty much tied or Central in the lead almost the whole game. And first 3 games, they didn't get challenged a whole lot, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond. This is something that they have not seen this year and really didn't see much of last year either. So this is new to these guys.
Looks like Job will line up in the quarterback position. Oh no, it'll be Jackson Jones, number 49. He'll do a little play to Joe Bryant, looking
Good
for
job,
some
Aiden
block.
White. Good job,
And Paul
Aiden
Taylor
Meyer.
coming with the sack or the loss of down at number 53.
That was just awesome on the edge there. Aiden White just doing a great job of keeping his arms extended, just forcing that play to the outside, not trying to do too much, not trying to get in the backfield, not trying to make the tackle, but giving other guys space and time. Then Paul Taylor comes and does the same thing. Aiden Meyer did the same thing. Just a great team play there.
Looks like Jackson Jones and Joe Bryant will line up in the backfield. They'll take the snap. Jackson Jones, it's a high. He'll pass to Joe Bryant. Cuts back out to the outside. Cuts upfield, and we'll get not much at all.
Again, just great team defense. Nobody's trying to do too much. Everybody's doing their job, and that's what you have to do against a player like Joe Bryant. You have to keep him in front, and you have to give your other guys a chance and other guys time to get there and make the tackle. You can't do everything on your own, otherwise you're going to miss them.
Looks like it'll be a penalty on the Rebels.
They're going to decline
Holding.
that, won't they?
Pretty sure they'll decline it. It was only about a gain of 2 on the run.
Bring up about 3rd and 14 if they decline it. They're moving the ball the other way. Why are they marking it off from up there?
It'll only be
That's not right. Coaches tell them that's not the right spot. They're off by 6 yards.
not sure if the coaches see that.
They
Be second and
They took
18.
it from the spot of the hold, but the guy never even got close to that spot.
Second and 18, though. Central gets a break, it seems.
That was awful.
Jackson Jones will line up at quarterback. He's got 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Joe Bryan will motion over. Joe Bryan will get the handoff. It'll be a little flea flicker play to Caden Casey. Caden Casey will cut upfield. He'll cut back up to the middle. Broken tackles. Caden Casey cuts to his left. Is at the 15, 20, 15, 10, 5. And he'll be in for the... He'll be stopped at about the 1 yard line. Caden Casey, what a run from number 7.
He fumbled that ball right at the pylon. And I don't know if they marked him out.
Looks like they got him marked at the 1 yard line.
They said he was down, I guess, before the ball came out. That was really close to a touchback. It was also obviously really close to a touchdown. So
The big play that the Rebels needed was right there, and it was a trickery play. Dragons did not see it coming at all.
And this is a situation that Central right now probably doesn't particularly care to be in, because they have not had any luck on short yardage so far. So obviously, as a defense, you don't want to give up first and goal from the 1, but
Jackson
Central
Jones will be at center, and it is, looks like a false start maybe. Timeout. Not sure. Looks like the ref just stopped it. Maybe a clock thing or something. Looks like the Rebels will just get it again. First down and goal at the 1 yard line. 1 yard to get. Jackson Jones at quarterback. Jones will take it. Hands it off, and it will be a...
so far no signal.
No signal from the refs, and it'll be short again.
I'm telling you, this is a bad situation for Park Hills. They are not getting any push up front. They are toe-to-toe. Oh, they're going to have to call a timeout, get them off the field. Oh, here we go.
Looks like Jackson Jones will take the snap. There'll be a flag on the play. Not sure where it's at. It'll be on the defense.
Well, half the distance from the 6-inch line isn't much of a penalty, right?
Looks like it'll be a 3-inch run. That's what the Rebels need for a touchdown, which has been hard for them to get today. Even 3 inches sounds crazy. Looks like Jackson Jones will be at quarterback. They got 3 behind him. Jones will take the snap. And it looks like he's
There it is.
just a broken up play. And Paul Taylor is right there. Justin Schwank with the tackle. A weird play from the Rebels.
Justin Schweigert is, not Justin, sorry,
Justin
Jacob
Schweigert.
Schweigert. Jacob Schweigert is wreaking havoc at that nose guard position. By the time Jackson Jones got that snap and got it secured, Jacob Schweigert was in his lap. And he had nowhere to go. He was going to turn around and try to hand the ball off. And by that time, the timing was so disrupted, he had to just turn and try to run to the pylon, and no luck.
Looks like it'll be a 3rd and 5 for them to get for the Rebels.
So a little more room for Central to operate with. This offense kind of reminds you of the old Missouri offense. And first and goal from the 1 is the worst thing that can happen to you.
Looks like Joe Bryant will be by himself at quarterback. Empty backfield for him. Jackson Jones motions over. They'll fake it to Jackson Jones. Bryant's got it. Cuts to the outside. Bryant lowers the shoulder and is stopped at the 1 yard line. It'll be 4th and 1 to get. Joe Bryant, a shifty kid, was able to get to the 1 yard
A
line.
couple plays on these drives. That play there and that run by Casey just shows you how dangerous this team is. These athletes are just so shifty and elusive. But, you know, if you're getting tackling and you're doing your job, you have a chance, and that's what our kids are doing right now. They're being very disciplined. They're staying in their lanes. They're keeping their integrity. And now they force the timeout here on 4th and goal from the 1 yard line. Already down to 4 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the second quarter. you just get the sense that this could be a haymaker here for St. John. If they get a stop on this play, the intensity level, the emotion, the confidence is just going to skyrocket.
Central only needs 1 yard to get, which has been hard. They had it at the 1 yard line twice already this drive and could not punch it in. Joe Bryant got back to the 1 yard line on 3rd down, and now it sets up a 4th down and 1 to get. And Central is down 2 scores so far. They have not put any points on the board in the 2nd quarter. I don't know if they've done that all year.
Yeah, the Central's used to scoring in bunches early and often. They've had to work for everything they got here tonight. Outside of one play there on this drive by Caden Casey, sorry. It's been pretty stagnant for this Central offense.
It looks like it will be a 1 yard to get. No inches, 1 yard exactly to get. Rebels offense trots back out there. Jackson Jones at quarterback. 3 behind him.
You know this ball's going to number 11.
Jones, handoff, Joe Bryant.
Oh, there it is.
Touchdown, number 11, Joe Bryant. Great blocking on the right side. Joe Bryant in for the touchdown.
Yeah, they did a good job there. Schweiger went with a swim move there to the right and kind of took himself out of the play, and they were able to open a pretty big hole there on 4th and goal. See if they go for 1 or 2 here. They struggled with their kicking game last week.
Looks like, I think they'll go for 2 here. They are down 1 possession now, 14-6 with 4:23 left in the 2nd quarter. It'll be 2 yards to get, I believe, or 3 for the 2-point conversion. Jackson Jones will line up at quarterback. Going for the 2-point. Jackson Jones will take the snap. Hands off to Joe Bryant.
Oh.
Cuts it up the field and gets nothing.
Nice play.
A bunch of Dragons there for the tackle. They only get a touchdown there, and now they're still down 8 points. It is a 1-possession game now, though, with 4:23 left in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, that was Gabe Willett. That was a big play there. All right, 4 minutes, 23 seconds. If you're St. John, you'd like to be the last ones to touch the ball before half, or at the, I guess if you score earlier than that, that's great too. But keep the ball out of that Central offense hands as much as possible. Same way we've done the rest of this first half. And at the very worst, you want to take a 14-6 lead into half.
Central does get ball when we come out at halftime. Jack Farlow, Isaiah Bosler, Justin Schweiger back to receive the kick. Looks like the Rebels will kick it off here. After a nice touchdown drive from them, Braden Berry, number 3, will kick it off for them. The kick will go to the right side. Looks like it'll bounce. Mason Nix, it is touched, and he'll dive on it at the 22-yard line.
Boy, there was a big gap in the alignment. I guess that's what they were trying to do on that opening kickoff when they kicked it to Wyatt Spring Camper. They definitely saw something scouting with our kickoff return alignment, that they're trying to hit that big open spot there. St. John's going to have to adjust that here in the second half.
We got 4:21 left in the second quarter. Dragons will take the ball at their own 23-yard line here on 1st and 10. Up by 8 points, 14-6 to the Rebels. Looks like Luke will have 4 to his right and 1 to his left. Wyatt Springcamper is on his left. That does seem like the main target for the Dragons. By himself on the left and 4 to his right. Empty backfield.
Central back to the 2 safety look that they started the game in. See if St.
Springcamper will motion over. He'll fake it. Luke will run. Gets to the outside and just stuffed. There is a flag. That's Jackson Jones, number 49, on the tackle.
That was definitely a busted play. It looked like Luke expected Wyatt to take that handoff, and Wyatt was not there. I would think someone's probably going to decline this.
Looks like they will, maybe. The players are telling him to decline it. Looks like they will. There'll be a second in about 14 or 15 here with 4:15 left in the second quarter. Jack Farlow will be in the backfield now. Tucker Reed to his right, it seems, and he'll have 3 to his left. Luke Ferranto will drop back. Looking for the curl for Tucker Reed, and it's caught. And 2 flags on the play. Caught by Tucker Reed. Number 10, Devin Graff with coverage. And just seems like he was all over Tucker Reed there, and he still caught it.
It's one thing to be there early, but that ball was up in the air so long. I think he was into his body and holding him from the time it left Luke's hand.
Looks like number 11, Joe Bryant, coaching up number 10 on the play, telling him he's got to do better than that to try and make a play on that ball. The ball was up in the air a lot. He probably could have made a play on it, just didn't get his head turned around fast enough. And the Dragons will just get a big added yardage to this play, and they'll take it at their own 48-yard line now, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a big difference in high school ball compared to college and NFLs. They get the option to tack that yardage on as opposed to having to decline the penalty and take the result of the play. So that turns out to be about a 35-yard gain.
Looks like 3 receivers will switch to his left for Ferranto. He'll hand it off to Farlow. Jack Farlow cuts it outside. Cuts it back upfield. Breaks a bunch of tackles. Jack Farlow gets 9 yards.
And that's where the Central is just stacking the inside, and they're not going to be able to find much room in there with all the bodies Central's putting in there. So if they can get to the perimeter, there's going to be space, but they're either going to have to do it through the air or on the edge. Tell you what, Central's got some guys over there that are sucking some wind right now.
Looks like Luke Ferranto will be in the backfield with Jack Farlow. There'll be another handoff to Jack Farlow. He'll get to the outside. He's got blockers in front of him. Jack Farlow cuts it outside. Tucker Reed with the block. There is a flag thrown, I'm pretty sure.
That was a great block by Tucker. He was pounding him down the field.
Holding from the offense.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. That is exactly how you teach it if you're a receiver coach. I mean, he had Joe Bryant just backpedaling and couldn't get around him. He was using his hands and moving his hips to keep him in position, and ref threw a flag despite the fact that it was a great block.
He'll be 2nd and
oh man, still going to be 1st down, but
be 1st down for the Dragons still. 1st and 10 at their own 30, or the Central 31. Luke Ferranto will sub out. Justin Schweiger will sub in.
It's a tough coaching point. Player looks at you and says, "What should I do differently next time?" And that's exactly what you teach them.
Jack Farlow will take the snap. Justin Schweiger in the backfield as well. Farlow will take the snap. He'll run it right up the gun and just get clobbered, but he'll get about 2 yards still with 3:21 left in the second quarter.
Nice tough run there by Jack. Only gets a couple yards, but keeps it positive, stays in front of the sticks, keeps the clock moving down to 3 minutes. One more 1st down is going to give St. John an opportunity to, at the very least, run this down to the end and possibly kick a field goal.
Looks like Luke Ferrano will be in the backfield with Jack Farlow. Luke will take the snap. It'll be a handoff to Jack. Looking to get to the outside. He will. Good hole from Jack. Jack will run it and get enough for a first down. Jackson Jones, number 49, with the tackle. And there'll be a flag on the play.
That's going to be an after the play foul. See if they got Jackson
holding.
Jones or Farlow. The same guy called holding?
Holding from Kennedy.
Oh, they might got a sideline. See if this is a live ball. Live ball penalty or a dead ball penalty. That's going to make a difference. If it's a dead ball penalty, that means it's going to be a first down. It's a live ball hold. Same spot they called the last hold. Oh.
2 flags on the Dragons.
Live ball and a dead ball. That means they're both going to get enforced.
A lot of yardage getting tacked on here for the Dragons.
It's going to be a 25-yard penalty.
Wow, I didn't even know that was possible. 25 yards, it's like a quarter of the field on 2 penalties.
Yep.
They'll take it at the 43-yard line of the Central Rebels now in 2nd and 22. A lot of yards to get, but with the big plays they've been having, it doesn't seem impossible.
Yeah, those are killer penalties. I mean, there's no you can accept the holding penalty as a coach. You can't accept the 15-yard dead ball penalty.
Luke Ferranto with Jack Farlow in the backfield here on 2nd and 22. He'll run it. Jack Farlow will try to cut outside. He'll get a hole and gets about 3. He'll set up about a 3rd and long. 3rd and long.
Surprise Central's not taking a timeout here.
3rd down, Dragons.
3rd and 22. St. John's going to run this clock down as far as they can. They are in no hurry here.
Central does still have their timeouts to use. They got 2 of them. Dragons, 3rd and 20. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. There'll be a timeout for St. Genevieve with 1:25 left in the 2nd quarter.
I think as a play caller here, you're looking at 3rd and 20 from Park Hill's 40-yard line. I think you're thinking in your head half of it on 3rd down, half of it on 4th down, because if you can get to the 30-yard line, I think you go for it. There's not much to gain by punting. You run a lot of risk punting in high school anytime because of the snap. But I think as a play caller, you don't have to worry about trying to get 20 yards on this play. I think you try to get half. So whatever play you think is going to work the best is what you call, regardless of distance.
Be at the Central 41-yard line. Here as the 2nd quarter is winding. It's been a great quarter for the Dragons, though. Rebels been a little more better on offense here in the 2nd quarter. Had some tough drives, able to get a score, though. Still down by a possession, though.
Yeah, 2 big plays in this quarter. One was the long run by Casey for Central, and the other one was the big penalty there on St. John.
Be 3rd and 20 at the 41. Luke Ferranto will drop back. Looking deep for Mason Nix. Nix will come back to the ball and is caught. Caught at the 7 or 8-yard line. Mason Nix on the outside.
Forget what I said about not going for the big yardage play. They went for it. And Central bringing pressure. There's that man matchup again like we've been talking about. And that's going to be there. If our guys can make plays like Mason just did there, then we got a chance to move the ball through the air.
Luke Ferrano will take the snap. Hand off to Wyatt Jack Farlow, and he fights. Gets about 1 or 2, I think.
Now I'm just looking at the clock here. We got one timeout for St. Gen. We are second and goal from the 5. So no rush to run this play as they do get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, but they have plenty of time.
Luke Frano, White Springhammer motioning. White Springhammer gets to the outside.
Block over there.
Too fast for number 11, Joe Bryant, and Springhammer with the touchdown for the Dragons. It'll be 20-6 with 32 seconds left in the second quarter. What a drive from the Dragons.
That was a great block. I mean, he did a wonderful job, and similar to what we saw Tucker doing when he got flagged for the hold earlier in the drive. But these receivers are doing a good job working and pursuing those blocks down the field, outside on the perimeter.
Brian Schwent will be on for the kick. That is timeout by the Central Rebels. 20-6, 32 seconds left. St. Genevieve is winning this conference battle here. This is still early in this game. Central a lot of time to come back, but a lot of time for the Dragons to tack on here. Still 32 seconds left though, with big time players like Caden Casey and Joe Bryant. That is plenty of time for them to get one good play down the field.
And let's not understate the importance of these extra points with Central's kicking game not being very good right now, not being trusted by their coaching staff. Having missed that first 2-point conversion, this PAT is a really big point here for St. John. Put them up by 15.
Brian Schwent will be on for the kick. Mason Nix. The kick, the hold is up, and it is right down the middle. Brian Schwent, 21-6. What a half for the St. Genevieve Dragons.
Very steady foot from that young man, and now St. John's defense just has to keep everything in front of them. No big plays, contain, the same way they've been doing this entire first half, minus the one big run from Casey. If you're a D-back in these situations, let them catch the ball and just make sure tackles, force everything to the inside. Wait for help to get there.
Central does have one timeout. So does the Dragons. Looks like Barry and Joe Bryant will be back to receive. Caden Casey and Jackson Jones also back there for the Central Rebels.
What a job by the St. John offense to overcome that penalty. That penalty looked to be a devastating thing. When you go back 25 yards on the same play, that's tough to overcome. But they came right back and hit that long pass from Ferranto to Nix and finish it off with a touchdown run by Wyatt.
Looks like the kicking team, the Central, is ready, but the Dragons are not ready.
Yeah, they might have to use a timeout here. There's 14 seconds left, and they're not on the field yet. I'd like to save one of those timeouts for defense in case you get in a pinch.
Yeah, this is probably going to have to be a timeout unless they can get set fast enough.
I think you're better off taking the penalty right here and saving that timeout.
Looks like...
Not sure what the confusion was there, if it was a personnel issue or... It just seems like a very odd time to not know who's supposed to be on the field. Yeah, I mean, considering the circumstance. What?
Not even sure what's going on.
Coach Pope is, I think Coach Pope must have got a timeout with the back judge, and the back judge didn't communicate that with the officiating crew.
Was a timeout for the Dragons.
That might signal it 2 minutes after the fact, right?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So they did decide to use their last time out of the half. So They are now without a timeout. We'll track down the stats at halftime for you guys. Joe Bryant has been really kept in check. He has very, very few yards compared to what he is used to. He's well under 100 total yards passing and running after a performance last week where he had 600.
He is back to receive there.
Yeah, definitely don't want to kick the ball to number 11. You don't really want to onside it here because you don't want to give him a 50-yard field, but you want to keep it out of number 11's hands for sure. I look for it to go to number 7. Oh, no. They kicked it to Joe's side. Oof. That's dangerous. That is dangerous.
Oh my. Joe Bryant.
Good job.
Able to tackle him at the 35-yard line. He made some moves, but was able to only get to the 35-yard line with 27 seconds left in the second quarter.
And it makes you wonder if that's the reason there was so much confusion on the sideline. They were wanting to make sure that they had the surest tacklers they had in the game. Maybe not their regular kickoff team that they typically throw out there because they know there's a possibility that number 11 is going to end up with the ball in his hands.
Looks like a confusion for the Dragons. Looks like they're good now with 27 seconds left.
Yeah, they got Schweiger out of the game, replaced him with Dalton McBride to give him a little more speed on the pass rush.
Bryant back to take the pass.
D-backs are playing awfully tight. I don't know that I like that, but
Bryant will drop back to pass. Looks for room. Steps up in the pocket, and Paul Taylor's right there with the sack.
Paulie boy having a good game today.
Looks like they might just run this down. Nope, timeout. Rebels with 11 seconds left. Great first down play. Joe was looking for people deep. Nobody was open. Had to take the sack.
A lot of times you'll see teams take it into halftime in that situation, but when you got players on your team that can do what some of Park Hill's athletes can do, you want to give them every possible snap that you can to give them a chance to get in the end zone. But that's a long field to play on, and St. John's got some potential here to make a play. Maybe a turnover, pick 6.
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. But the main thing is keep the ball in front and don't take any unnecessary risks. You don't want to go for a ball that you know you can't or that you may not be able to get. Let them catch it and then tackle them.
11 seconds left in the second quarter. Joe Bryant back.
Would like to see him play back a little more. Bryant's back about 20 yards now, so we do have one safety back deep.
Matt Clark and at running back. Bryant will take the snap. Looking deep.
Good job.
He's going to try to get outside. He's fast. He's quick. Bryant will sidearm it and gets nothing.
I'll tell you what, Paul Taylor is one-man wrecking crew right now in the defensive end position.
With 1 second left in the half. Paul Taylor's had a great half for the Dragons. Many pressures on Bryant, able to track him down too. He's a quick athlete. Bryant is on the outside. And Paul is able to track him down. Looks like there'll be 1 second left on the clock. Matt Clark and Joe Bryant back. Be a flag. Delay of game on the Rebels. Looks like it'll be at the 29-yard line here. With the second half coming to an end, 1 second left. Clark and Bryant back. He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Dragons playing a safe defense. There'll be a handoff to Braden Berry, and Aiden White with the exclamation point on the half just takes him, slams him right to the ground. And that's how we will end the half. 21-6, the Dragons lead at the end of the first half.
This St. John's coaching staff has got to be ecstatic with the play offensive and defensive lines. They have been just awesome so far in this game, making holes on offense, penetrating even when they're sitting 6-7 guys. They're just doing a tremendous job. And, you know, the play of Wyatt Springcamper, running the ball has been impressive. Jack Farlow's been impressive. Luke Ferrano's been impressive. I mean, this has been a kind of a beatdown in the first half. I mean, Central's got the tail between their legs right now. They're getting whipped at the line of scrimmage, and St. John's taking it to them. I do want to take a moment before we go try to round up stats here at halftime to recognize the guy sitting here to my right. I've got about 25 text messages saying who is announcing with you. He is a really good announcer. This is Mr. Alex Balzer. He's a sophomore, and he's new to the broadcasting program, and he's pretty darn good. So we're excited to have him, and hopefully we won't have him next year because maybe he'll be on the football field. But we're excited to have him for this year, and doing a good job, young man.
Thank you.
So with that being said, we'll let you watch the band. Unfortunately, we can't turn the volume up too much because we get dinged by YouTube, but we'll let you watch the formations and the emeralds and all that stuff. And, we'll be back after we gather some stats.
Coming onto the field, your St. John's High School marching band.
And now, Hawk Yokers.
Come on, Hawk Yokers. You ready to score?
You may take the field.
You may take the field. a round of applause for your St. Joseph High School marching band. Okay, get your tickets out for the half and half drawing. The winner gets $137.
Winning ticket.
Winning ticket. 223814. 223814 is for the owner of that ticket. Please send to the announcement group. And you will be the winner of 137 buckaroos. And we have a winner. Thank you. Starting the second quarter, Parkville Central will be your team.
All right, we are back. Getting ready to start the second half.
We would like to thank Blue Drop.
We would like to
This
thank Blue Drop.
MAFC White Division game between undefeated teams at the top of that conference. Eastern Conference play, they're undefeated. And enjoy with St. Jen. Park Hill goes 1-0 in conference play. Both 3-1 on the season. Valley also 1-0 in conference play, also 3-1 on the season. So very balanced standings going into the week, with all three of these teams playing each other weeks 5, 6, and 7. So basically this conference is going to shake out over the course of the next 3 weeks. We have this game tonight. Next week we have Park Hills versus Valley, and then in week 7 we have the crosstown rivalry game, St. Jen versus Valley, as Valley will come back up here to play on the hill. This game has big implications as far as district standings go, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast. If St. Jen's able to win this game, they'll probably jump Central, I would think. Central does have a couple games against large schools that gives them some extra points, but with the head-to-head victory, I think we'll jump ahead of them. And even if we don't, at the end of the season, if we finish 1 and 2 in the district standings, which would be the likely scenario, we would finish ahead of St. Jen, whether we were the 1 or the 2, because of the head-to-head win. So, big implications as far as conference goes, big implications as far as district goes, and after that great first half by St. Jen, they go into this half with a 21-6 advantage, and we hand it back off to
the onside kick recovered by St. Genevieve. What a play to start the first half.
It is amazing how good he is at that onside kick.
Oh my goodness.
Like, teams are going to have to start lining up and 7 guys up there on that front line the way he kicks those onside kicks. Sorry, Alex, I didn't mean to step on you there.
That was the most unbelievable onside kick I've ever seen in my life.
Just got the perfect bounce. It bounced like 11 feet up in the air. And that up guy had no chance. He was on the ball on it and bounced 7 feet over his head.
That was incredible. That's probably the greatest kick I've ever seen in my life. And I would say I watch a decent amount of football.
I mean, he's had an onside kick, I think, in every game this year.
That was nuts, though. Over about 8 feet over the guy. He even jumped. He couldn't even touch it with his hands.
Hey, college coaches, if you're watching, if you
pick up Brian Schwartz.
If you need an onside kicker, he's your guy. Not to mention, he's pretty darn good at extra points and field goals. So
I think he can hit he could probably hit a 50-yarder. Looks like the Central coach. Looks like there'll be a flag for the Rebels.
Not sure what the argument is. Might get another one if he keeps arguing. The white hat looks not very happy.
Looks like it will be a flag. That'll tack on more. Unsportsmanlike for Central.
What a start to the second half.
But that was incredible.
They are
and
now
they
going
get
to
more.
have first and 10 from the 31-yard line. Going in.
Toronto in the backfield. Jack Farlow. He's got 3 to his right, 1 to his left here on the first down play.
You get the feeling here St. Jen can punch this in, and that's a dagger. It's tough to say with this much time in the game, I know, but
looks like it will be at the Central 31 here on first and 10. Toronto and Farlow in the backfield. Spring Camper will motion over. In the middle, it's a handoff to Jack Farlow. He cuts to the outside. Joe Bryant there. It'll be a tackle. There will be a flag. It's probably a holding.
Carried the ball that time, number 7, Jack
Carried the ball
Farlow.
that time,
Block in the
Jack
back.
Farlow, flag on the play, holding
It seems.
Kennedy.
Illegal block in the back. That's an odd spot. It's looked like in the free blocking zone there. Between the tackles, you're allowed to block in the back. May have been just outside.
Be a 1st and 22 for St. Genevieve at the Central 43 after the penalty yardage. Luke Ferrano will have an empty backfield, 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Spring Camper to his right. He'll take the snap. It'll be a screen pass to Jack Farlow on the left side. Plenty of blockers out in front of him. He'll get about 8 yards, not enough to get back to the 10 spot, but it'll be a 2nd and long still.
A nice play design there. Good positive yardage. Get one of your playmakers out in space. Yeah, we got Central towards the end of that, or pretty much throughout the 2nd quarter, really bringing those inside linebackers up. Tough to do much inside, get the ball outside and on the perimeter, let them make some plays.
Be a 2nd down and 16 at the Central 37. He were in 21-6. Luke Ferrano will have an empty backfield, 1 to his left, 4 to his right. Similar formation. There'll be a fake to Spring Camper.
No.
Ball is out. The ball is out, and it is dived on by the Central Rebels. The Central Rebels will take over. Looks like a miscommunication from Luke Ferrano and Wyatt Spring Camper.
It's such a clean first half, and then we come out and get the big onside kick to start the second half, and penalty followed by turnover. Not what you want when you're trying to protect the lead.
Very much not so. The ball was on the ground for a while. I think St. Gen had the opportunity to pick it up, and they could not. But it will be the Central Rebels ball at their own 42-yard line. As number 11, Joe Bryan, who had a slow first half. He did have a touchdown, but he had to work for it. He's in the backfield by himself. He'll take the snap, looks to throw. He's got it over the middle, and good defense from Aiden Meyer. Pass intended for Braden Barry, number 3. And knocked out from Meyer.
Yeah, that was a big play, and you know, first offensive play of the game, Harlow, one of the receivers, big play receivers for Central, who was trying to test a bad ankle. He kind of went down awkwardly. Haven't seen him since. That's a big loss for Central, already missing Murphy. So they're down a couple of their big playmakers.
Joe Bryan will have an empty backfield. He's got 2 to his right. Jackson Jones motions over. He'll be a fake to him. Joe Bryan runs up the middle. He's got space. Bryan will be tackled short. It looks like they'll mark him down. In the middle of the field, marks him down. Gets about 8 yards. Third and 2.
Yeah, I think that ball was out, but he recovered anyway. Called him down.
One of the bigger holes we've seen from Bryan today.
That's what I was just going to say. That's the first time we actually saw him with an opportunity to make a run through the line of scrimmage without any competition.
It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 50-yard line. Job is out to the right. Jackson Jones is in at quarterback. He's got 3 to his left. And it'll be a false start for the Rebels. That'll force a 3rd and 7 now.
Yeah, number 29 got a little agency on that play. 3rd and 8.
That'll mark him back about 5 yards. This will be a tough 3rd down now. I think Jackson Jones will stay at quarterback. He will. Same formation, it seems. He'll have 3 to his left, Bryant to his right. Wyatt Spring Camper on him on the right side. He'll motion over. Jackson Jones will take it deep. It'll be a pass to number 29. Dalton McBride gets over there, number 60, to make the tackle after a gain of about 1. And it'll be a 4th and 7 at the 45-yard line.
I'm pretty sure that was an illegal formation there by Central. They only had 6 guys in the line of scrimmage.
Looks like their offense will stay on.
Number 60, Dalton McBride.
Joe Bryan, Jackson Jones in the backfield. He's got 1 to his left, 1 to his right. Looks like he's trying to. Correct. Looks like he'll maybe back up like he's going to punt it. And he will. Oh, nice deep punt from Joe Bryant. That's going to roll. Jackson Jones will touch it at about the 20-yard line, but the Dragons will get the ball back after a fumble play on the last play. Great defense from the Dragons.
On that third down and 3 that forced them back into a 3rd and 8. Probably would have been in a situation where you go for it there if it's 4th down and 2, 4th and 3. And now they're forced to punt. St. John gets the ball back with a chance to eat some clock.
The 1st and 10 at the St. Genevieve at their own 19. Luke Ferranto and Jack Farlow in the backfield. Looks like Mason Nix at wide receiver, a new wide receiver maybe for them. We've seen him out there a lot today.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get Wyatt some rest, and Mason's been the guy that's been subbing in for him.
Looks like Luke will hand it off to Jack Farlow. He'll try to get to the outside. He does, only a gain of 2 though. Second and 7 at St. Genevieve's own 22-yard line.
Yeah, even on St. John's bad plays per se, the plays where they haven't got a ton of yards, they're still getting positive yards and keeping themselves out of bad situations. You take away the penalties that we've had in certain situations, they've played a really, really good game and controlled the line of scrimmage.
Second and 7 at their own 22. Luke Ferrano looks like he'll try to run to his right, looking for room. Jackson Jones trying to chase him down. Number 31 will get there as well. Looks like Luke Ferrano ran into his own player, Tucker Reed there. Good pursuit by the Central Rebels, just chasing him down. And eventually able to take it down. Big gain enough.
3rd down.
Again, even though they had penetration in the backfield, didn't take a loss, and it gives yourself a chance on 3rd down. And it keeps the clock moving.
3rd and 7 at their own 22-yard line. 7:55 left in the 3rd quarter. It is still 21-6 Dragons. 3rd and 7. Luke Ferrano will drop back, looking for a pass. He's got nothing. Looking to make time. Luke Ferrano escapes. He's looking to pass, and it's going to be thrown. And what a catch by Tucker Reed. They called him out of bounds. Tucker Reed was out of bounds. I don't think he was. The line judge is saying he was in.
His right foot was in, his left foot was out. It's just
Tucker
a matter of
Reed.
which one hit first.
He was on bounds. What a throw and catch. Kind of seemed like a player. And they were able to get the 1st down.
Yeah, that was really close. Those feet, one was out, one was in. And it looked like the right foot hit first.
The refs say it wasn't. They'll take it at the 40-yard line now.
Good job by Tucker on that scramble route. Came all the way across the field. And Luke kept that play alive for a long time in the backfield. It's a big play.
Jack Farlow in the backfield. Luke's got 3 to his left. Jack motions out. Looks like it'll be a run for Luke Ferrano, and he's got nothing. Just gets walloped back. I think a loss of 1 or 2 on a 1st down call.
Yeah, they're straight man coverage right now in the secondary. Daring St. John to throw the ball here. Clock continues to wind. We're down to 7 minutes when this ball is going to be snapped.
2nd and 11 at their own 39 for the Dragons. A long drive for them again. Oh, looks like they got Central to jump off sides. Number 29, I believe, for Park Hills. That's going to be Matt Manion. He'll jump off sides for the Rebels.
Flag on the play, offside.
Interesting adjustment here from St. John, too. Looks like they got some smaller guys in there. Maybe trying to disrupt this offensive line with a little more quickness, a little less girth up front.
Luke Ferrano's got an empty backfield. He's got 4 to his left, 1 to his right.
Straight man over here on this side with Aiden Meyer.
Looks like it'll be a screen to Jack Farlow. Trying to blow it up, but a good block. Jack Farlow is going to come upfield. Broken tackles. And they get down at the Central 32-yard line.
Looks like they're going to get a block in the back over there. that flag came in really, really
Carry
late.
ball found by somebody, Jeff Farlow, side on the play.
Against St. Genevieve.
Block in the back against St. Genevieve.
Will be a block in the back, it seems. That'll push you back after a great game from Jack. If St. John's had a lot of those today, could have more points with the penalties costing them. Second and 16 at their own 34. Looks like a similar formation here for the Dragons. Luke Frano by himself in the backfield. Looks like he's going to run it himself. Luke Frano, big hole, cuts to the outside and is able to get close, and it'll set about a 3rd and 5 for the Dragons.
Nice shot on the left side of the line.
Rick Toronto. Third down.
Just a really good job. Getting hat on a hat, sticking with the blocks down the field, just driving them off the ball. Good leg drive. Really impressed with how wide these receivers are here.
Looks like a similar formation for Luke, trying to get him to draw offsides. 5:38 left here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5 to go at their own 45 for St. Genevieve.
This trip dodge is 20 yards away from Luke.
Looks like Luke going to try to go deep for White. Springcamper thrown. What a throw in. Springcamper drops it. What a throw from Luke Frano. Springcamper beat Caden Casey and looked like on a post route. And Springcamper dropped. That's a rare drop from number 6 for St. Genevieve.
That formation, they had these 3 way out here. They had 2 on the 3. And then they had a receiver kind of flexed out in the middle. And that left Wyatt Springcamper one-on-one on that side, and they had him. Looks like they're going to punt here. Oh,
looks like Luke is going to be a high snap. Luke will be able to punt it away. It's blocked, though. And number 18 for Central will just get it down, but good field possession for them to start this drive. And Central gets another chance with 5:14 left here in the 3rd quarter, 21-6.
I'll tell you right now that was a great play by Luke Frano. If he doesn't make that play and somehow catch that with one hand, that is a disaster for St. Gen. And at the best case scenario, it's 1st and 10 for probably the 20-yard line for Central. Worst case scenario, it's a touchdown for Central. So really good play there by Luke.
Going back to that Springcamper drop, that's just a rare drop. And Kate Casey was an excellent corner out there. Just got beat a little bit and maybe a little behind from Springcamper, but he usually catches those. But a missed break for Central, and now they get the ball back.
Yeah, he's typically a very sure-handed receiver. He doesn't drop many.
Let's see if he can make it up on the far side. He's lined up with, of course, number 11, Joe Bryant. Jackson Jones. Bryant will come across the field. It looks like it'll be another flea flicker like they did earlier with Caden Casey. Caden Casey will try to get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing. Bryant short, great pursuit from the backside. 2nd and 13.
And a great play by Paul Taylor. Stayed home, didn't bite on that, knew his responsibility, knew his role, kept his outside arm free, and gave those inside pursuers a chance to catch up to Casey.
Looks like Jones still at quarterback. I haven't seen much of Jobe at quarterback here. Kind of late in this 3rd quarter. It's been mostly Jones. Looks like he'll take the snap. It looks like he'll try to run now. He trucks someone and gets about a good gain of 4, but they'll set up a 3rd and 9 for the Rebels at midfield.
And what they're doing, they know that Springcamper's shadowing Joe Bryant wherever he goes. So by taking Joe out of the backfield and putting him back in his typical receiver position, that takes a guy out of the box. And Jackson Jones is in his own right, gives him one less guy to worry about. Now we got Joe Bryant way over here.
3rd and 8. Jones will take the snap. Looks like he'll run. He'll barrel and be just short, I think. Just short of the line. You assume Central's going to go for this. I mean, it's about 4th and an inch or so. He will be short
49, Jackson
a
Jones.
little bit, about an inch. Number 53, Nathan Johnson, moving off the field for the Dragons. It will be a 4th and 1 though at the St. Genevieve 46.
Big play here. See what these defensive linemen can do here. Have been great all night long. Need a big play here.
4th and 1. Jones will take the snap. He'll hit to Job on the outside. Joe Bryant looking for pursuit, and he'll get enough for the first down. Pretty sure. Yeah, that will be enough to move the change.
He got it, but barely.
Barely. As White Spring Camper is hobbling.
First down. Central.
Job got rocked though at the end of the play, but was able to get the first down. Great play by the D lineman from the Dragons to stop him from only getting a yard.
Yeah, these two guys have been facing off all night. Joe Bryant and White Spring Camper, they both came up limping after that play.
Central really needs a score here if they want to get back in this game. Jackson Jones at quarterback. Joe Bryant in the backfield. They'll motion him out. Looks like they'll pass it to him again. Joe Bryant
Good
in space.
play,
Paul
Paul.
Taylor getting to the outside. And another play. Another great play from Paul Taylor. Can't say enough about him tonight already.
He's just a great athlete. He's a freak physically. Loves the weight room. And man, he's new to football this year, but you wouldn't know it by watching him play on the field tonight. He's been awesome.
Be 2nd and 12 at the St. Genevieve 47. Bryant out to his left. Jones at the quarterback. He's got 3 to his left, Jones does. Looks like he'll run. He'll cut back. Get about a good 6 to set up another 3rd down and medium for the Rebels.
Well, Alex, I tell you what, if you would have told me at the beginning of the night that Joe Bryant would be used as a decoy, I'd say we're doing something right, and that's exactly what's going on right now. They are putting him out, trying to keep Spring Camper out of the game defensively, get that extra guy out of the box, and he is a very minimal factor right now on the offensive side of the ball.
Be 3rd and 7, 2:12 left. Jackson Jones at quarterback. He'll take the run. Jones will get enough for the first down. He's been good on the ground so far for this drive so far.
Yeah, this has been a really good drive for Central.
Been a couple weird plays for them, but then they've got those big plays that they needed, and they're in Dragons territory.
These guys, they're sucking wind, man. They are struggling right now. Bryant, Jackson Jones having to do all the heavy lifting for Central, and Jackson can't even hardly get to his spot on the offensive formation.
Bryant back at quarterback. The snap is high.
Watch out now.
Bryant will lose it. It's picked up. The number 42, Justin Schwint, will pick up the ball after a high snap. And the Dragons will take over. Oh my goodness.
I didn't see who the player was, but somebody made a really good play. Didn't worry about trying to jump on the ball. They just took Joe Bryant out of the play, let somebody else come up and scoop and try to score, and Justin Schwint was that guy. Didn't get the score, but good field position here for St. Gen. A chance to run some more clock with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
What a weird play. High snap from the center. We've seen a couple of those today.
Yeah,
Job has
both
been
teams.
able to catch it, though. That one was uncatchable. I mean, over his head by him a while, and you thought he was going to pick it up and run, and he just couldn't. He couldn't. He tried to grab it, but great pursuit by a player from the Dragons, and then Justin Schwinn was able to pick it up as Ferranto. High snap for him, but he'll run it. Luke Ferranto gets to the outside and is tackled by Joe Bryant on the outside.
That's the play we saw so much success with early in the game. Central adjusted their defense early in the 1st quarter. After that opening drive, haven't had a ton of success with that play, but there you saw the safety look from Park Hills, and Central right back to that counter action, and a big giant hole there for Luke Ferrano.
Looks like we got an injury on the field. I believe it's Nathan Johnson, number 53.
Yeah, it looks like he's cramping. He's used to only playing one way. He spells people on defense, but he's got a lot of time on defense at that defensive tackle position tonight. So he's playing a few more snaps tonight than what he's used to. Man, that bad snap was you could feel the momentum starting to flip towards Park Hills, and one play, that all changed.
Nathan Johnson is on his feet, able to walk off. Something, we're not too sure what the injury was. Maybe cramps, maybe his ankle. It seems maybe. Not too sure. I assume he'll be coming out for a couple plays, though. Number 64, I believe, John Finley will be subbing in for Nathan Johnson at the O-line. He'll be playing the guard position that Johnson usually does. And the ball will be at the St. Genevieve, or the Central 12 yard line here in 1st and 10. Looks like White Spring Camper in motion. They'll hand it off to him again. Cuts upfield. There's a flag on the play as he gets thrown down.
Carrying the ball at time, number 6.
Carrying the ball at time, number 3. Wyatt Spring Camper flag on the play.
Holding. St. Genevieve.
Holding. St. Genevieve.
Holding from the Dragons. It will be first down, and I'm pretty sure 20 at the Central 22 with 1:28 left here in the 3rd quarter. St. Genevieve leading 21-6. As Luke will have 4 to his right, 1 to his left. That's White Spring Camper to his left. Looks like they got a nice double team over there on Spring Camper.
This is that same formation a while ago. They took the one-on-one shot with White Spring Camper, but
Luke Verano, he'll run it. Try to get to his left. Not much there, though. Able to get a couple, maybe.
You know, it's really interesting with that formation, the way that Central's now defending Spring Camper, like you had mentioned, they're literally double teaming him within 5 yards of the ball. Those 4 receivers on this wide side of the field are basically being covered by 2 guys. So I'd look for maybe some sort of quick bubble screen or quick spot pass here to that trip bunch.
If you're wondering, Nathan Johnson did sub back into the game. We see him in there, number 53, so that's a good sign for the Dragons. As Luke Ferrano's got empty backfield. Aiden Meyer will motion over. Luke Ferrano will take the snap. There it is. Passes it to Jack Farlow. Good block by Mason Nix. Jack Farlow will try to break some tackles and will get a good gain, but it will be 3rd and medium with 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Central is absolutely getting in that right now with the adjustment they made right over the top of Spring Camper. I don't think they can continue staying in that look against that formation. That's just, it just gives way too much of a number advantage to St. Gen out on the wide side of the field. St. Gen's athletes are good enough to where they can break a tackle, or, you know, they should be able to block them up 3-on-2 like that. 6
seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They'll take it down to the end of the quarter. Great quarter from the Dragons. No points were being scored, but a great quarter. They'll take a 3rd and 9. Get the ball at the Central 11 and then return back.
And that's the end of the 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd period.
21.
Score 21.
6.
Park Hills 6.
Folks, we would like to
Folks, we would like to point out your attention to the Sergeant graduation past the bucket. There'll be
stand, please be
some people in
generous.
stand, please be generous. Thank you, please be generous for Sergeant graduation.
Okay, coming back to start the 4th 3rd down and 9 from the 11-yard line. Well within Ryan Schwinn's field goal range. Right now the ball's at the right hash, which is important. Ideally, if you want to kick a field goal, you want it as close to the middle of the field. And a field goal is huge in this situation, as it would make it a 3-possession game. Definitely a situation where if you get a chance, you want to try to get the 3 points, especially when you got a kicker like Bryant on your side. But again, they come out in that formation, and they still have the 2 guys on Wyatt Springcamper. Still have 4 on 3. See if they go back to the trip side over here to the
Luke
left.
Frano will fake the pass. Oh, he had a wide open Mason Nix. He'll scramble to his left, looking to get something. Fires it to Tucker Reed in the end zone, and he's way out of bounds. There'll be a 4th and 9. I assume they'll send on the field goal. Luke tried to do everything he could with that play.
Yeah, they came back. They ran that little bubble screen the last time to that side of the field with those stacked trips, and got a lot of yards. They went to the fake bubble and tried to release the guy over the top. Had him open, but the first guy wasn't open, but the second guy was, and that was Mason Nix. But Luke was running around, didn't see him. And Bryant now from the right hash has a chance to make this a 3-possession game. Huge kick here for Bryant.
Brian Schwent with the
good.
kick. The snap is, there is a flag. There is a flag on the play from the far judge.
Brian Schwent, good.
Offside. Oh my gosh, illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure.
Flag on the play.
Not enough guys in the line of scrimmage, I assume. Which is crazy on a kick because you're foot to foot. It's hard to be too far back. So we'll try it again from 5 yards back further. Now it's going to be a 35-yarder instead of a 30-yarder.
Brian Schwent will have the kick. Brian Schwent, the kick is up, and it is no good. No good. With 11:45 left in the 4th quarter, the Central Rebels, only down 2 possessions, are still in this one by a good margin. They only need 2 scores, but a missed kick, the illegal procedure really costed them there.
Yeah, it did. And having the ball on the right hash kind of hurt too. Kickers are always more comfortable in the middle of the field. Had a chance on 3rd down to maybe run something a little safer and get that ball to the middle of the field, with as important as that 3 points was going to be. But they thought they had something on the outside, and they did have something on the outside, but weren't able to execute.
Jackson Jones will be at quarterback. He's got 3 to his right, 2 to his left, or 1 to his left. That's Joe Bryant. Seen us same formation familiar.
There we go with Paul
Joe
Taylor
Bryant.
again.
Oh, it's going to be a pass. And he's got Caden Casey as he's to the 30, 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown, Rebels. What a play from Joe Bryant. A great play. The best play I've seen from him tonight. And a trickery, and Caden Casey, no one was around him. And it's a whole new ball game here in St. John.
Yeah, 21-12. This 2-point conversion, assuming they go for 2, which I think they will, is absolutely huge. If they make this here 1-possession game, they miss it, still a 2-possession game. So in the 4th quarter, this conversion makes all the difference.
Wow, what a play call from the Central Rebels. That's nothing like we've seen tonight. St. Genevieve was definitely not expecting that one, and nobody was on Caden Casey.
Yeah, there's so much focus on Joe Bryant whenever he touches the ball. You have a situation like that where they get him in a halfback pass situation or jet sweep pass in that case. It's tough to defend because all eyes all week you've been focused on that one player, on that one number, and now all of a sudden they slip somebody out the back.
Looks like they will go for 2. Joe Bryant is in at quarterback. Big 2-point conversion. He'll take the snap. He'll fake it. He runs to the outside. It's going to get past everyone. Joe Bryant is in for the 2 points. Out of bounds, and now it is a 7-point game.
His feet went outside the pylon, but I think he was able to reach the ball over the front pylon.
Joe Bryant making plays in the fourth quarter is what he's good at. And now we have a one-possession game with 11:33 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, we came into this game expecting a good one, and we're getting it. Central getting a little momentum here, but I'm telling you, their top three players over there, Jackson Jones, Caden Casey, and Joe Bryant, they are gassed. And I'm not sure how much they have left in the tank. At this point, adrenaline's going to have a lot to say about it, but you know, your body can only do so much.
11:33 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time. Each team do have 3 timeouts left. Comes down to a lot of plays today. Central has turned over the ball. The fumble, the onside kick to start the half was unbelievable. The fumble, the high snap over Job's head. Justin Schwent picked it up, which forced a field goal miss. The legal procedure penalty was key for that touchdown right there.
Yeah, hopefully we don't end this night regretting the fact that we had that 5-yard penalty on the field goal, because that would be a tough pill to swallow. But this offense is going to respond right here, right now, as they got a little safe team up here guarding against the potential onside kick. But looks like Central's going back to a.
Watch Joe Bryant here on the far right side. He has not been on the kickoffs. As Barry's going to kick it short. It's going to be caught by Eli Bennett, and he'll get right down.
Nice shot, Eli.
Central probably sniffed that one out. They saw Joe Bryant lined up far on the right side. He has not been on the kickoffs, or has not certainly been on the kickoffs. He makes Eli Bennett just catches it, gets down. Easy play for him. But you also have to remember it is a 7-point game. I assume if Central would score, they wouldn't kick a field goal. They're probably going to go for 2. And that could decide something. Take the lead or not. But the St. Genevieve Dragons will have a chance to add some more points here with 11:31 left. Luke Ferrano, he's got 3 to his right. Wyatt Springcamper to his left. Haven't seen much of him in the second half as much.
And again, they're playing with 2 guys, 1 guy up on the line of scrimmage, 1 guy over the top.
Looks like it's going to be a run for Luke Ferrano. He's going to find the hole, and he'll get a good 9 yards to start the drive.
Nice play there, using Wyatt kind of as a dummy, draws a lot of attention. But they still have those 4 receivers matched up on 2.
Fans chirping.
It's been a little ridiculous. There's been about 8 holding calls, and they've all been on St. Gen.
I wish the ref would say who the holding was on, but are they just not allowed to do that in high school?
Mic them up.
Or say what number it was at least. Or like fingers maybe.
Like in basketball.
Something like that. Because then you're kind of like, you don't really know who it's on. Assume it's on the offensive line, most of them. But some have probably been on the receivers as well. Now it'll be a 1st and 15 at the 39. Luke's 9-yard run helped this holding penalty a little bit. He's got 1 to his left, 4 to his right, similar formation. And looks like Coach Pope will be discussing with this judge here on the line about something. Looks like they'll just play it. They'll reset the play clock to 25 seconds. Luke Ferrano in the backfield. He's got 4 to his right, 1 to his left. Luke, he'll pass it to Aiden Meyer. Aiden Meyer trying to get a little shifty on him. He'll get about 1 yard. And you can see the momentum shifting for the Central sideline. They're getting into it a little more. St. John's going to need a big play.
I still think that's the play right there, what they've been doing on that quad side, moving them to the right side of the field. And just Central just outnumbered on that side. They're going to be able to get 6 to 10 yards every play if they keep going to that. This time they go back to a more conventional formation.
Looks like Luke, he'll drop back, trying to look for a pass. He's looking, and he'll get sacked. Just driven back. First sack of the day. It's number 29 for the Rebels, Matt Mannion. I think in the middle of the field, Spring Camper and Job. I think Wyatt might have had him. It would have been a weird throw for Luke.
Yeah, it would have been against his body.
He was all looking towards the left and just had to take the sack. It's 3rd and 21 at their own 33. With 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. It would be interesting to say that St. Genevieve not really been in a game like this year, where it's back kind of close here in the 4th quarter, and have your starters played much in the 4th quarter in recent games.
Yeah, in the Festus game, they played all the way through, and it was hot that night. Obviously much cooler tonight than what it was then, but yeah, you get a 3-week break from that kind of stuff, and your body gets used to a certain thing and a certain snap count, and it's taxing. But I'm telling you, our kids have had a lot more chance to break than what Central's primary players have.
With 9:55 left here in the 4th quarter, 21-14. It's been a weird game. A lot of turnovers, some big plays, big-time players making big-time plays for both teams. Could have expected that coming in, though.
At 3rd and 21, this is a situation you don't want to do anything crazy. Try to get positive yards, obviously. Maybe get it to one of your players in space and hope that they can make a play. But the last thing you want here is a turnover. Take the game and then be willing to punt the ball away and let your defense do what they've done. They've done a good job all night long, and they've contained Bryant very, very well tonight. So, you know, put it in the defense's hands at this point. You don't want to do anything crazy.
Luke Ferrano, he'll take the snap.
Oh,
passes to White. Spring Camper. It's a fumble from the line of scrimmage. He'll receive it, and it's going to be a punt for St. Gen. Central will get this ball back with 9:48 left. I assume they won't go for it.
No.
That was a weird concept. I don't know.
They averted disaster there. That could have been terrible.
Looks like I mean, I see the vision. Trying to get in Spring Camper's vision. He's got big play factors on him. And Jack Farlow's out here to front. And, of course, number 11, Joe Bryant. It's a fumble, not recovered. And looks like a penalty or false start.
That was the
on the offense.
best false start we had all season right there.
I think Jack would have picked it up. What are they going to do now? They must have just kicked it out of bounds because, you know, they don't want to kick it to number 11 out here. He's chilling by himself out here.
Yeah, he's about 50 yards. There ain't no way Jack's going to punt it that far for sure, but he's probably not going to punt it straight either. Now he comes up to the 50.
If he punts it straight, this might be bad territory for the St. Genevieve Dragons. Job is the best when he gets the ball in space in punt returns.
Oh, no.
And here you go. It looks like he will get a chance to kick off.
Right there.
Looks like Nix. He'll get Joe Bryant to the 50. He gets to the outside. He'll cut back inside. Joe Bryant will only get to the 45. It will be in St. Genevieve territory.
Oh, my God.
Penalty on the play.
If they got a late hit on him.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Made by number 16, Evan
Face
Woodward.
mask.
You can tell just how shifty number 11 is for Central, though. So many missed blocks, missed tackles from the St. Genevieve Dragons. He's dynamic in space, but here comes the St. Genevieve defense. Look for this defensive line for the Dragons. They need to get at the quarterback, make sure they don't get to the outside. Paul Taylor's had a great day. Look for number 42, Justin Schwenk, to get out there on the tackles. And, of course, number 76, Aiden White.
He got St. Gen on an incidental 5-yard face mask there, so not a huge penalty.
Jackson Jones at quarterback. He's got one to his left, three to his right. Similar formations. They'll take it at the 39 of St. Genevieve.
Joe Bryant out here in the slot.
Jackson Jones. He's back. He'll take the snap. He's going to run it right up the gun. Jackson Jones. He'll get 5. A good gain. Looks like similar to what we're seeing from the Dragons. 5 or 6 yards on the first down run. Sets you up for a good field possession to try to get the new change of downs.
Yeah, it's really kind of changed the line of scrimmage action here when they moved Bryant outside. It's given Central a little bit better advantage in the box. And Jackson Jones doing the running instead of Joe Bryant.
2nd and 4 at the 33. Jackson Jones, high snap. He'll take the ball. He's going to run it. he just powers his way through. I think he'll be enough for a first down. That is a big kid, number 49 at quarterback. Jackson Jones, he's no small guy. 6'1", 205, a junior, Jackson Jones. And he's out there just running the ball down our defensive line right now. It's what they've been doing mostly in the fourth quarter. It looks like Joe Bryant will get in space. Joe Bryant will get enough for the first down.
That cut right in the middle of the field, right when he broke the initial line of scrimmage, was pretty special. That was foot in the ground, completely changed direction.
Joe Bryant, man, he's been playing this entire game, but I can say, you can tell he's tired. He's walking back, but when he runs the ball, it doesn't look like he's too tired. And he'll be at quarterback now at the St. Genevieve 13, 1st and 10. Bryant will take the snap. He'll run it right up the middle. Cuts outside.
Now that looks
looking
like a
for
hold
pursuit,
there.
and he'll get about a one or two.
There it came. Late. Looked like he was grabbing his leg, his ankle.
Holding from the offense. Great point to call. Number 45, Paul Taylor was there to cut Joe back inside to make him for a good tackle. He's been making great plays out there now. I think this is probably his best game that I've seen from him.
Yeah, he's had an excellent game. There's no doubt about that.
Be 1st and 20 at the 23-yard line. That penalty knocks him back a lot. With 7:47 left here in the fourth quarter, Dragons up by 7. Jackson Jones at quarterback. They've been rotating him and Job at quarterback. He'll take the snap. He'll run it. Jackson Jones is stuffed. Looks like he might have got a gain of 1 or something, but not enough.
Jacob Schweigert. Excellent job there on the defensive line. Really taking up those blockers, letting those linebackers come in and fill. Dalton McBride gets the tackle, but those two guys did a great job occupying space.
Defensive line has been the key for the Dragons tonight. That's the reason they're winning this game. It's a team effort, but the D-line has set the tone for this game. As Job looks like he's got number 29, Matt Mannion. Job drops back. He's looking deep to Braden Berry in the end zone. Incomplete.
Had him. That was a great ball.
What a Joe Bryant.
I think it went right through his hand.
Flag. It looks like it's going to be on the defense. Saw the ref pointing towards the defense.
Where was the flag? I didn't even see where it was.
I don't know. I think it might be a hold, and it's going to be on the defense. Again, another holding on the defense. Maybe on number 8, Aiden Meyer, when he was trying to go for Braden Berry. Great ball, though, from Job.
By the time I looked out there, he was loose, and he was past Meyer, but
yeah, just
it
couldn't.
may have got him closer to the line of scrimmage, I guess. I don't know.
Looks like, are they going to, oh my, this ball is going to move up all the way.
Yeah, it's going to be back to a 2nd and 10. Basically, it just nullifies that holding penalty from before that was on the center.
6:43, time is winding down. Good to point out the Rebels still have all 3. Brian, Matt Mannion in the backfield. Job, looks like they're going to get him for a false start.
Yeah, I think the receiver over there on the left side left a little early.
Braden Berry, that's number 3. A lot of penalties this drive for Central has costed them. It'll be a 2nd and 14.
They're gassed. Both teams, especially out on the outside, these perimeter players that are having to run 20, 30-yard sprints on every play are really gassed. So we'll see how that affects the last 6 minutes of this game.
We have 2nd and 14. Ball on the St. Genevieve 17. Job at quarterback, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Rebels. Their first of the half. With 6:09 left in the fourth quarter. St. Genevieve up 21-15.
Interesting decision there by Central. They have both Jones and Bryant lined up in the backfield. They've had most of their success on these last 2 drives with one of those guys back there and the other one out. We'll see if they want to go back to that look where Bryant's on the outside, getting Spring Camper out of the box, or if they want to stay with this look where both of them are inside. They've definitely gained a lot more yardage in this game when Joe's been out of the backfield.
Looks like the Rebels and the Dragons discussing what they're going to do on this 2nd and 14 play. What a great game, though, tonight. Beautiful weather.
It's been great. Huge crowd here tonight. It's been fun to watch, and to see our kids come out with the intensity and the focus that they did, it was pretty special.
They've got to be able
now
to.
They got to finish it.
Yeah, they got to finish. I was just about to say that.
Important to remember here, Central does not have a kicking game. We have not seen it tonight, so if they score, we would expect them to go for 2.
That would be a big 2-point conversion. Very big. But they got to get in first. 2nd and 14 at their own, at the St. Genevieve 17. Bryant and Matt Mannion, or I think that's Jackson Jones at quarterback. Jackson Jones motions Jobe out. He'll
That's
get
a
to
lateral.
the outside.
He can throw.
Jones looks like he'll throw it. Jones looking in the end zone. Kane Casey got it for the touchdown.
Somebody's got it.
Joe Bryant making plays happen with his legs. Oh my goodness, Caden Casey just came open. DB lost him. It is a 21-20 game, and you know Central's going for 2.
Yeah, jet sweep pass and now a double pass there.
Wow. Unbelievable play.
Yeah, it's tough when you got a guy that can keep a play alive as long as Bryant can. It's so tough to defend.
6 minutes left. There is a lot of game left to be played, though.
Huge amount of game to play, especially with the timeout situation. Both teams having multiple timeouts left. This 6 minutes might take about 6 hours.
Also a big 2-point conversion. Dragons got to dig deep here. They've been on defense a lot this quarter, especially. But they've got to discuss something here to stop. You have a feeling it's going to go to number 11. He's on the left side, lined up with White Spring Camper.
Yeah, you know that they're either going to motion him in there or they're just going to try to sling it out there to him real quick, and hopefully he can beat him to the pylon. Here comes the motion.
Looks like it'll be a fake. Jackson Jones, it will go low.
He didn't get it.
He did not get it. He will be short. The Dragons still have the lead 21-20. Jackson Jones comes up limping on the opposite sideline. A lot of game left to be played, but the Dragons still have the lead 21-20.
This will be interesting to see. Well, first of all, we'll start with the kickoff because there's always the potential of an onside kick. They're not going to want to kick it to Spring Camper. They're not going to want to kick it to Farlow. They could either squib it like they've been doing or those little pooch kicks, or they might try the onside kick. So we will see. The one thing about it, as Alex has mentioned, we haven't been in this situation yet this year. We haven't had any close games in fourth quarter. Central has. They've had a couple of them with Poplar Bluff and then Cape Central. So they're a little more battle tested in that regard. But St. John's kids have come here and they have fought and they've put up a heck of a contest here tonight. And they're trying to finish it off here with a 1-point lead and get ready to take back possession, assuming they can retrieve this kick.
From St. John, man, I don't want to give the ball back to Central for sure, but without any points. You need to have some points this drive, no matter what. Even if it's a field goal, go up by 4 points. Central doesn't have a good kicking team. They're probably going to have to get a touchdown, but it looks like Bryant's here on your far right. Brandon Berry will pick it. Looks like it's going to be another onside kick. Number 64, ball's out, and it's recovered.
Ran into each other.
John Finley on the recovery for the Dragons.
Our boy John Finley.
That was a risky recovery. He dropped the ball.
That's something they're going to have to work on this week, is working on those up guys calling for fair catches in that situation, sort of alleviate some of the pressure.
Could have been some nerves.
I'm sure there was a lot of nerves there. John's not used to being in that situation for sure.
Central probably had a red out, kick it to number 64. He was on offensive line when Nathan Johnson went out. So that could have been a point of emphasis there to kick it to him. But the St. Genevieve offense has not been very good this second half.
That Spring Camper up really tight
Luke
on this
Frano.
formation.
Look like he'll take the handoff. He'll go up the field. There's another flag. I think it's going to come back. think I saw a holding, maybe.
Clear ball
I think it's the first holding I've seen all night. I mean, I'm not watching holdings, but
play.
it's on St. Jen.
St. Genevieve.
Holding. St. Genevieve.
Well, it is what it is at this point. It's almost comical.
You got to play with it. It's part of it. With 5:53 left, it's going to be a long 1st and 20 or something. 1st and 19. At Dragons' own 35-yard line. To give the ball back to Central with this amount of time left would be deceiving for the Dragons.
Will be first down.
Will be first down for the Dragons.
Jack Farlow motion out to his right. Luke Ferrano. He'll little inside move to Aiden Meyer. Aiden Meyer trying to get loose and just swamped down. Looks like number 70 on the tackle for the Rebels. That will be Nathan Winhold, the senior.
Number 8,
Clearing ball right
What a weird play
to
there. Loss of one, but
It looked like
Meyer.
shovel actions. And there was no pitch
Center
relationship.
Nathan
This
Winhold.
ended up being a handoff. I think it was a handoff. But something was wrong with the spacing and how that play developed.
I could look for a shot this play for Wyatt Springcamper. I have a feeling it's coming. Never know. Luke Ferrano drops back. Looking to pass. He's got nothing. He's going to scramble to his right. Looks like he's just going to launch it up deep.
Oh, no.
And it's going to be picked off by Joe Bryant.
Tackle, guys.
Number 11, Joe Bryant. He's going to escape in a tackle by number Dalton McBride. Oh, my goodness. What a catch by number 11, Joe Bryant.
Yeah, I almost even said something when you said take a shot to Springcamper because I knew he was lurking back there as a free safety, and he's the type of kid that if you give him a chance to go up and make a play, he's right on it every time. He's a super athlete.
That was an outstanding play. Not to give him too much credit, but one-handed on his going back, and he makes a play. That's just the type of athlete he is. He shows up in the 4th quarter when you need him the most, and it's 21-20. They got the ball. You got to remember they are down. Got a lot of time left.
Yeah, plenty of time. There's going to be multiple possessions in this game yet. So.
Here we go. Bryant back at quarterback. Pretty sure that's Jones. Bryant's going to be back. Looks like over the middle. Caden Casey. Caden Casey. He's going to cut upfield. Caden Casey cuts back. He's going to get to the 30. Caden Casey's been a big factor for the Rebels here in the 4th quarter.
to number 7, Caden Casey.
That's the
By number 20, Isaiah Balzer.
It's an easy slant across the middle to Caden Casey. Joe gets to his playmaker.
Yeah, he was wide open. D-backs were playing way off, backpedaling off the ball, and he just came right in there, and Joe just slung it to him. Plenty of room to run.
Looks like they'll be at the Dragons 30, 1st and 10. Bryant back to pass again.
They're going to go right back to it.
Bryant, he's going to get sacked though this time. It's only going to be a loss of about one. Justin Trent, Gabe Willett.
Ran a little sweet middle combination there, and it looked like they could have had Casey with the exact same thing they just had him on the last play. Brian elected to give him a little pump fake and try to run it up the middle, but
2nd and 11, 4:14 left in this game.
St. Jack straight man-to-man right now.
Matt
And
Mannion in the backfield with Job. And they're going to get Aiden White, number 76.
left tackle may have flinched. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be on
Flag on the play.
Dragons.
Yeah,
Offside.
Aiden White, that's going to cost them. It's going to be a 2nd and 6 now.
he did flinch, but it might have been after Aiden was already in the neutral zone.
First one of the day for the Dragons. That's the first offside neutral zone infraction they've had all day. And it's a big one. They'll set up a 2nd and 6 now with 3:59 left. And they're at the Dragons 26. Down 21-20 as the Rebels. Job's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He takes the ball. He's going to take the snap. He's going to cut
there
outside.
it is. Nice play,
And he's
Aiden.
going to get tripped off. Makes it up.
That's how you make up for a 5-yard penalty right there.
And it's going to be 3rd and 10, a long 3rd and 10. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Man, Bryant tried a little jump cut there. If he would have been able to succeed and keep his feet there, he had a ton of room on the outside, but Aiden White got just enough of that jersey to pull him down. Great play by Aiden.
Joe by himself in the backfield. He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. I would look for number 7, Caden Casey. Joe will take the snap. Looking, Caden Casey's got him over the middle. It's dropped. It is dropped.
Great pass break up there by Mason Nick.
4th and 10 for the Rebels. And I assume they're going to go for it. 3 minutes and 9 seconds left. Big play in this game. Not saying the Rebels can't get the ball back if they don't get this.
The crowd is coming alive. It is loud over here on the St. John sideline, trying to will this defense to a victory as they are tired out there on the field, but this crowd is getting into it.
So it'll be Bryant and Mannion in the backfield. He's got 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Bryant will take the snap. He's looking deep. He's getting clustered. Bryant, nothing room. He's getting sacked. Dalton McBride, number 60 with the sack.
Great coverage down the field. Good pursuit, good contain. He tried to go right. Paul Taylor was there. He tried to go left. Dalton McBride was there. Huge play for the St. Louis defense.
With 3 minutes and 3 seconds left, the Dragons will have it at their own 40-yard line.
They are a couple first downs away from salting this game away now, but
The Central does have 2 timeouts.
have to take care of the football. Have to keep the clock running. We want to stay in bounds. Any short passes, you want to make sure they're complete. As a receiver, you got to make sure you catch it before you run. Looks like they're going to come out in a full house formation.
Luke's got
here.
a high snap, and he's going to try to run up the middle, and he'll get 1 or 2.
That's a good play. Looks like they're not going to use a timeout here.
Central going to need a 3 and out. If not, they're going to need it. There's no way they can go more than 2 first downs, so this game's over. Central, they will not use their timeouts, so Dragons are going to take this all the way down. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Dragons.
Not only does that set us back 5 yards, but it costs us 10 seconds on the clock. Oh my gosh, where are you going, guys?
Maybe. Refs are discussing it. False start. That's going to be moving back. And that's going to be a tough break for the Dragons.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Looks like Coach Pope wants an explanation. He's saying he's got the right to go in motion as it was one of the upbacks. But if he goes, if he doesn't sell that motion, that lateral motion, they'll call it a false start.
Coach Pope discussing with both referees now.
All right, now we're going to go back to the referee that threw the flag. You know, it's funny on these controversial plays, the ref that always throws the flag is always on the opponent's sideline that's getting the benefit of the call. So it's like the coaches tell them that something's wrong and then they throw the flag. It's never the person on the side of the field that the call is against. Yeah, I don't know if, I think it was Tucker. I'm not positive. It may have been Aiden. I get the numbers kind of confused because the 6s and 8s look alike, but I don't think he was supposed to go in motion, but once he moved, now they're taking
Looks like
it
they're going to
away.
move it back. The referees discuss they'll move it back. There'll still be a 2nd and 8 with 2:29 left.
Yeah, he did a good job of selling it, whichever one it was, of making it look like he was in motion. Yeah, that's a big call. And now the thing is, they're going to have to wind this clock at 25 seconds. So St. John's actually going to gain 16 seconds here.
That's big for St. John. Might
Which
only
is
be able to go 1
huge.
possession. Need a first down here, though, for sure. Luke Frano, empty backfield. Looks like the Central coach is trying to get an explanation now.
I mean, the rules state that if it's a foul, the clock stops. And they don't wind it on the whistle. But since it wasn't a foul, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to wind it.
Come on, Dragons, let's go.
There it goes. They're winding it.
Looks
Oh
like
my
Luke,
God, they
oh my
snapped
gosh,
it with
they'll
20
snap it to Wyatt
seconds left.
Springcamper. He'll get to the outside. Look in pursuit, and
he got it.
oh my. Big stiff arm on number 31. He'll get out of bounds. Time will stop. It's going to be 3rd and 4. So
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity on a couple different fronts for St. John. Not only did they snap it with 21 seconds on the game clock,
3rd and 5 at the 45 with 2:21 left. Time is stopped.
21 seconds on the play clock, and then they got out of bounds. If it stays in bounds, you at least force Central to take a timeout there. Huge miscues there by St. John.
There'll be an empty backfield for Luke on 3rd and 5. Here he goes. Spring Camper motioning over. Spring Camper, it's going to be a fake to him. Luke Frano's going to run. He's going to get maybe enough for the first down.
Through the air.
Carrying the ball at time.
It's going to be enough, I think.
It's either going to be 4th and an inch or it's going to be a first down.
They're going to give it to him.
They're going to have to measure it. There's no way they can give him that. They have to measure it at least. They gave him an unbelievable spot.
I know, that was crazy. They gave him a whole extra yard. And Luke is hobbling off the field.
Oh, he's coming out?
Yep. Looks like they're going to get him.
I'll tell you what, though, that's going to be a run that he will remember for the rest of his life. It was only 6 yards, but
Surprised he didn't fumble either.
That was quite a run.
Looks like they'll bring out the chain. At that spot, it's going to be an easy first down.
It gave him an extra yard.
Yeah, I don't.
Based on where they had originally marked it. Well, we got the benefit of a call for once tonight.
St. Genevieve will have the first down. 2:15 left. It's not sealed, though. Central with 2 timeouts. I think the clock will run, though.
Yeah, it'll run here. They won't take a timeout at first down, I wouldn't think, but they'll take it after the first down play and after the second down play.
Looks like Luke is off. Jack Farlow is on at quarterback.
This is actually not a bad formation. Luke's been a very good runner here tonight, but this is not a bad formation to have in this situation because Central knows you're going to run it anyway. You know you're going to run it. That puts Farlow in the backfield, your primary ball carrier, with an extra blocker because he's the quarterback. So
looks like the Dragons will call a timeout here.
I think they're trying to give Luke time to get back on the field. I kind of like it with Jack as quarterback now because of what we just talked about. Luke's done a heck of a job running himself, so I wouldn't argue with that decision either.
A benefit on a spot from the refs. I thought he was at least a yard shorter, but
I think he was right at the first down marker anyway. The way they stretched those chains, I think it was on the first down was actually on the St. John side of the 50.
Surprised he didn't fumble.
So even if they would have marked it a yard back further, he still would have had it. But definitely a generous spot.
He got freaking Joe Bryant came on the tackle about 2 yards short of the first down, and he came up and hit him low, and he was able to just almost like bear roll on top and just freaking get the first down. Unbelievable. Game's not over though yet. Need one more first down. Central does have 2 timeouts, so they can use them both here in these next 2 plays. Jack Farlow in at quarterback.
Good snap.
He'll take the snap. It's a high snap, but he'll run, and he'll get thrown down. Game about 4. Looks like it'll be a timeout for the Rebels. They'll use their first.
Carrying the ball that time at number 7.
Carrying the ball that time at number 7.
That's their second down.
Jack Farlow.
Timeout.
Second down.
Central.
Timeout. Central.
So Central's got 1 timeout left here. First down. Ices this game away, take a knee time at that point. If Central's able to hold here on second down and then hold again on third down, they'll get the ball back with about a minute left if St. John decides to punt it away. It's possible if St. John gets it to 4th and 1, 4th and 2 yards at the position of the field they're in, they may go for it.
Yep.
A lot of bad things can happen on a punt. There's no doubt about that, especially when you're punting to a guy like Joe Bryant. This is scary because I watched the end of that Cape Central Park Hills game last week on YouTube. after our game was over, and I think with a minute 46, I think they scored about 30 points in the last minute 46 of the game. So,
well, I think if they can get a first down, this game would be sealed. Jack Farlow, take the snap. He'll run it. There is going to be a flag, and he just gets stood up. I think it might be a false start.
Yeah, a false start. It almost looked like the
false
back
start
was kind of moving forward.
Number 7.
Carry ball
Will
at
the play clock run here? No.
Jack
Not on
Farlow.
a false start.
Not on the false start.
That's going to cost them. Luke Ferranto will come back in. Gabe Bullitt out. I assume Gabe was out there specifically for blocking purposes. It's going to be a long 2nd and 11 now. I think if the Central Rebels get the ball back, you say, I mean, probably around 50 seconds maybe, 40.
Yeah, they're saying 147. It was 146. But if we end up losing by a second, I guess that matters. But
I don't know, would Central kick a field goal?
they haven't tried an extra point.
I mean, they would probably have to try if they were close.
Based on what I saw from their kicking game last week, I think they'd have a lot more confidence in Jackson Jones and Caden Casey.
Luke Ferranto, empty backfield. Jack Farlow will motion over. Luke Ferranto, looks like he's going to take the run himself. He's going to try to go and just get nothing
Good job,
stuffed.
though. Held on to the ball, protected.
3rd and 11. This is going to be a big play. I would assume they would just run it, but knowing the Dragons tonight, they might pass it.
I think you have to run it here. Central used their last timeout. Run the ball here. You run it down to about a minute and 5 seconds.
Punt it or go for it.
Then I
Probably
think you punt it if
Punt
you're
it.
at the 50. But
Try to get
you
it in.
punt it out of bounds. You don't punt it to number 11.
And you want to get it inside the 20 at least. Or try to, maybe.
Even if you get it to the 30, just as long as you don't kick it to 11.
That's how dangerous he is. And for everyone at home listening, if you haven't seen most of this game, then it's been a good one, though. That's what you need to know.
It has been a heck of a game. And credit to Central. I mean, St. John's offensive and defensive line dominated that first half. And Central's come back, and they've thrown a couple haymakers themselves, a couple trick plays.
A couple injuries for them, too, as well. And they're just battling. They keep battling. That's what they do.
But
They've been in games like this. Here we go.
Our kids have played well. The penalties have killed them, but you know, they've battled through it.
3rd and 11 at the 50-yard line. Luke Ferranto in the backfield with Jack Farlow. He's got one to his left, two to his right. Spring Camper going to come out behind him. He's going to take the handoff in the middle of the field. Spring Camper going to cut it outside. It's going to get shut down. Thrown by number 70, Nathan Winhold. Oh my gosh. I've not seen Wyatt Spring Camper get thrown like I just did right there. But they will take it down. I assume Coach Pope will probably call a timeout with 1 second left. And I assume it's going to be a punt. And the Central Rebels are going to get a chance. With all the chances they had today, unless they go for it, which would be kind of crazy, but this has been a lot of crazy.
I don't think you can go for it here. But there's going to be 50 seconds left, 51 seconds, 52, somewhere in there.
Central will probably get it with about 40 left if they punt, which is enough time.
Oh, it's plenty of time.
And
but they don't have any timeouts.
Yep.
You tackle them in bounds a couple times. We just can't let them get behind us, and we have to keep Job inside. When he gets the ball in the open field, you got to make him cut towards the middle. You can't let him cut out to the sideline.
So if, like, the Central gets tackled, the clock just keeps running, right? It's not like college where it stops until they get to the line.
If they're past the first down marker, it stops until they set the chains.
Oh, okay. So like it is in college, kind of?
Correct.
But if they don't, then it keeps going.
Then it goes. Right.
So they're going to need first downs to kind of stop it, but not really with no timeouts. But we still have a fourth. I'm pretty sure it's 4th down, if I'm not wrong.
It's definitely 4th.
They haven't changed the scoreboard, but it is 4th down.
And they better hurry up. They're going to end up getting a delay of game penalty here.
Clock has not ran yet at 25, so they got 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Looks like Luke will trot on, though. And Jack. So I don't know what they're doing here. Job is back deep for the punt. Yep, Jack Farlow is back there. Looks like he's going to punt unless some weird fake's going to happen. 4th and 11.
Don't kick it to 11, please.
Oh my gosh, the kick is all away, and it's going to be out of bounds. Oh my gosh, almost blocked. 46 seconds left though. Oh my goodness, that was close. That was very close from being a blocked punt, and here comes the Central offense one more time and the St. Genevieve Dragons defense for one more time tonight, I assume.
Kick is out of bounds.
Number 7 is, number 11 is. Those are your
49 as well, 49.
49's a grinder. I don't know that this is his time right now.
Maybe watch number 3. They haven't targeted him much, but mostly 11 and 7.
11 and 7 are the guys.
Especially if they're going to pass. If they're going to pass, you got to watch number 7.
And do not come up on any sort of jet sweep.
46 seconds left, 21-20, 4th quarter, 1st and 10 at the Central 35. Rebels got the ball. Job in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, look to pass. He's going to go deep to Braden Berry. The pass is overthrown. Great defense from number 8, Aiden Meyer.
That was really good defense. It looked like he had a step on him, but Aiden really kind of gained ground there at the end as he was trying to reposition himself to get.
Ball was a little overthrown as well, but it was kind of a one hand. Probably would have been a hard catch even anyway.
Tell you what, Joe Bryant's got a pretty good arm for not being a quarterback.
Yes, very good. I'd say he's probably more better in the short kind of passes like the slants. Casey, they're going to go to the outside. Caden Casey, he's going to get enough for the first down, and he's going to get to the 49.
I tell you what,
34 seconds.
Almost missed that tackle there. He just barely got enough of him to get out of bounds. If he would have broke that tackle, he'd still be running.
First down.
First down.
What a game. No matter how this ends.
Oh my gosh. I don't think there'll be a game like this. There might not be another game like this year.
This has been a dandy.
When's the last time there's been a good game like this? What year?
Probably these two teams.
2019.
2019.
Joe Bryant, the quarterback. He's got 2 to his right. He's got 2 to his left. He's at the 49 Central.
Oh, that was a false start out here.
Job is back, looking to pass. He's going to get it off to Braden Berry. He's tackled inbounds. It's going to be enough for the first down, though. The clock will not run. It's at the 40-yard line. The clock is running. Oh, no. Stops at 26 seconds. Looks like they'll spike it with 25 seconds left. Clock did not run. I guess the chains was not set yet. 25 seconds left at the 40. Berry, he probably didn't mean to fall inbounds. And Central is driving with 25 seconds left. Slowly but surely, getting 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards. I'd look for another shot here soon, especially to number 7.
I don't know. They have time to do that a couple more times as long as they get past the sticks and stop the clock for that time period.
It almost looked like Job was just kind of pass it near Berry just to stop the clock. But he's got the ball at the 39. 2nd and 10. He's got 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Bryant back to pass. He's getting flustered. It's thrown up. Casey! And it's going to be out of bounds with 19 seconds left. 3rd and 10. At the 40, way out of reach from Caden Casey.
I think that's the situation. If that ball is thrown in bounds, I think they might get Mason for pass interference.
Maybe.
Grabbing his arm, but it was not catchable because it was out of field of play.
You could see one of those here late. There hasn't even been a pass interference, maybe one today. But not much called today. But it is 3rd and 10. They have 2 possessions to get the first down with 19 seconds left. Joe Bryant back. He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He's back. Looking deep. Gonna escape. He's gonna throw it to Aiden Meyer breaks it up. Almost had to take. It's gonna be 4th and 10 with 12 seconds left.
Yeah, that was dangerous to go for that pass breakup because if he doesn't get to that ball, and he didn't get to it by much, but that's a touchdown.
Yeah. 4th and 10. The game on the line. 12 seconds left.
That was a gamble that paid off mightily there for Aiden Meyer. And this
The clock is running down as well. 14, 13 on the game clock. 10, with 12 seconds left.
Yeah, they may not get this play off.
6, 5.
He's over the line.
Job will take the snap. He's looking to scramble. He's gonna fire it up deep. Incomplete. The ball was in his hands, and the St. Genevieve Dragons are gonna win it.
4 seconds left. They're gonna have to take one knee.
It was in the hands of one of the Central players. I'm not too sure who it was, and it for sure wasn't Caden Casey. I think it was just, are you kidding me? The St. Genevieve Dragons are going to take a kneel, most likely, and are going to win this game.
Wow.
What a game.
What a Friday night this has been. Holy cow.
Unbelievable. Luke Frontal on with the knee. With 4 seconds left, Central's had plenty of opportunities though tonight. And it's been unbelievable. I mean, St. Genevieve's not been good at all this second half. Their offense has been pretty horrid, and that's going to end the game. The St. Genevieve Dragons will win this one 21-20 over the Central Rebels. As the players swarm the field, Coach Pope hyped over here on the sideline. What a win for him. What a win as they will shake hands. A good battle between both teams. A team effort for the Dragons to win this one. The Rebels, man, they fought hard though. You got to give them that after a first half where they were not very good at all. Scored 6 points, came back and scored how many unanswered? 14 or 16 unanswered. St. James didn't score in the second half. That's going to be a big film point out this week. Will be the score in the second half, the turnovers, but they were able to win this one 21-20. What a game.
What a game indeed. And these two teams are going to meet again. There's not much doubt about that. And they've learned a lot about each other here tonight. There's some people that weren't on the field tonight for both teams. Devin Fly has been out. He's going to be back next week. And then Casey Murphy, their quarterback, out tonight. Harlow tried to play, couldn't do it. What a game. I mean, this has just been awesome. These are the kind of games that help build cultures and help build climates in the school building. And it was great to see these kids come together on a night like tonight. And now they sing the alma mater together.
Got to give it big props to Central, though. Joe Bryan, number 11, was unbelievable in the second half. So was number 7, Caden Casey. But just not good enough for the Central Rebels that had depth, which was the Central's weakness, I think, at the end of the game. They got tired. You can see Job kind of just scrambling for anything at the end of the game and just throwing it up for prayers. That's what it seemed at the end of the game.
Yeah, that last drive was Joe Bryant, Caden Casey, and trying to play backyard football.
Unbelievable.
Well, we've got Potosi next week.
No home volleyball game.
Then we've got volleyball the following week.
Yep.
Or, I'm sorry, we got Valley the following week.
Yeah, Valley.
And then we got homecoming in week 8 against Jefferson, so who's undefeated. So we got a tough schedule coming up. Potosi a little down this year, but after that it gets pretty tough pretty quick. And you know, they're going to learn a lot from this game tonight. Some good, a lot of good, and there's going to be some that they're going to have to work on. But the toughness and the resilience tonight was impressive.
Yeah, crazy.
It was good. It was a great game to watch. It was fun. So
you got to give a couple shots. Paul Taylor was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I haven't seen him play that good on a football field in my life.
He dominated that first half of play. Absolutely dominated on the defensive side.
And almost all the D-line, they were outstanding.
Yes. Aiden White, great game. Jacob Schweigert, Nathan Johnson on the inside, great game. Dalton McBride had some huge plays
Linebackers,
late in
Justin
the
Schwinn.
game. Justin Schwint,
Gabe
big
Willett.
fumble recovery, some big tackles. Gabe Willett on that 2-point conversion, that one-on-one tackle on Job. That didn't
Nuts.
seem like a great big deal back then, but now when the game ends 21-20, that play suddenly becomes pretty monstrous.
You have to
So-
give a point to Mr. Schweiss over here. He called out earlier in the game the missed 2-point, which came back to cost him late. And in a big game, a conference game, St. Genevieve, I assume, will move ahead of Central for conference and district.
Yeah, it'll be close point-wise, but it doesn't matter because even if we would finish second now, we would still jump them based on the rules in the district playoff standings. So,
Well,
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. That was pretty exciting.
that was great. Great first announcing broadcast.
That was
great.
This was Alex's debut, and he did pretty darn good. I'm pretty proud of him. Our kids do an awesome job. I have 7 this year, not very many, but they do a great job. They brought you 4 broadcasts this week, 3 volleyball games and a football game, and they worked their tails off, and I want to thank them for all they do. I want to give a tip of the cap to the St. Gen coaching staff, Coach Pope, offensive coordinator Kellen Balzer, defensive coordinator Tyson Roth, offensive line coach Adam Sherry, Jared Bonnell, Kenny Rapp. They do such a good job. They have such a great rapport with these kids, and hats off to them. Very proud of them and very proud of our players, our cheering section. Like, everybody came and brought it today. It was special.
Very special.
So, having said all that, for Alex Balzer, this has been Kyle Schweiss. We want to thank you for listening, and you've
Yep.
been watching SG Dragon TV.
Oh, I would